should also get in there and test sound and everything again. I can do that.
Hello and welcome everybody to Roll for Your Lives. Happy to be back with our first session of the Curse of Strahd, baby. Let me hear it for all of our wonderful players who are very patient. And for me, whose patience is running out. Woo! Let's go! Yeah!
Good evening, travelers and adventurers.
Yeah, baby.
Hello.
That's what you're supposed to say.
This has been a long time coming, and we have been talking about playing Curse of Strahd, I think for years, for some time. So,
Since 2001.
Huh?
Well, yes, since I was a wee tot, I was talking about Curse of Strahd. It was actually my first word was Strahd. So, anyway, here we are.
My first word was Von Zarevich.
Holy shit, that's two
God.
words. Anyway,
Well, you know, I said it as one word back then because
yeah. So this is fantastic. I love these new reactives. Oh my god.
Hello, everyone.
When you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I
We
know,
have a
they're
guest
so
with us,
good.
guys.
No, you don't. I'm just in the background.
No, we have a friend joining us.
We have an
Hello.
additional person.
Indeed,
We have
do.
the one, the only Ashra with us today.
Hello.
Long-time regular in the chat, first-time campaign member, and we couldn't be more excited. Ash, it's great to have you here. I'm
Thank
really
you.
sorry in advance for what happens to your beautiful character. If
I look
anything at
forward
all.
to it.
Mm.
But
Sounds
hello,
like a talk show.
I'm a variety streamer. That's kind of it.
Can we give it an audio check real quick, by the way?
Heyo, thank you for the resub, Quimtom.
Quimtum, we love you.
Yeah, audio
Yeah,
check.
I listened. It was good.
Baba.
Happy Twitch, baby. That's good.
Ba-ba-ba.
You've been your subscription is long enough now to give birth.
Mhm.
Same as Ash's, actually.
Give birth. It was twins.
Potions.
No,
That's
no,
what I want. It's
no,
just- that's what I need.
Why do we have to start
Um,
this with potions?
we should-
How
I-
does this work if I don't
I
like?
saved up.
I don't partake in potions. How does
I
this
don't
work?
either right now because of the medication I'm on, but everybody else has to.
How about
Okay,
a nice potion of
Such a
water?
migrant.
I will chug my soda.
There
What
you
you
go.
do is
Oh, please be
you
careful.
you go to the colorful liquids underneath the sink and you drink as many of those as possible.
No, please don't do that.
Okay,
In
I
under
regret that.
5
I regret
minutes.
doing that.
I saved it.
I have
for
to feel
just this
Vaps that
moment.
you caused this.
This is a potion of bacon grease.
Ew, don't!
Ugh,
God.
cold,
I'm
coagulated.
Ugh.
No, Oh, after I said that, my brain immediately recoiled at the words.
See,
that
every
came out
time
of
you
my
say
mouth.
something disgusting like that, people are gonna remember it from when we eventually do a fucking donut. So don't.
No, I don't want to be remembered this
I'm
way.
ready to be horribly ill a second time, baby.
2 coins away from a potion. Zacher, please. Please, we
I
haven't even
saved up
started
those
yet.
4,000
enough
just
of a
for when
challenge,
we
man. We don't
started
need
this
help.
campaign.
Hands away from our potion.
Goodness gracious.
All right, so I'll start with the session recap. There is no
Yes!
session recap. This is session 1.
Fantastic. You get a day off, but only for today. And you can right
This is a
back to the
campaign
salt
we've been wanting
mines
to play
after
for a
that.
long time.
I'm so excited to die.
Yes, baby.
Aren't we
And
all?
with that, may I be so bold as to say, why don't we get into this, John?
Absolutely not. Let's
No, I think we should delay for another half hour.
At
No!
least that's our standard.
Very
That's what we
feasible.
usually do.
We usually fuck about for like half an hour, 45 minutes.
You're right. Let's shoot the breeze a little bit. How was everyone's day? What's everyone's sign? What did you have for lunch?
Everyone's
What are I the like last these 4 digits? questions.
What are the last 4 digits of your social security number?
No.
Can you read me
59,
out your credit card?
652.
0, 4, 1.
No, Ash, stop it.
Everybody keep talking so we can get your voice ID for your bank.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I also need the 3 little numbers on the back of your credit card. 7, 7, and 7. Here we go. Let me help you out a little bit for that identity theft. Here we go. Ready? Yes. No. That would be fine. No problem at all.
Release
Have a
my
good day.
family.
Good day.
You're actually.
Wait, what are the questions? Our name, our sign, and what we had for lunch?
Uh-huh.
Wait, why are we sorry?
Why does it feel like some Monty Python shit?
I feel like I'm in I love that I feel like I'm in my first day of a new class.
Yeah, this is a fucking icebreaker.
Everybody
like
say
it,
your
though.
name and one thing about you.
I like those, because then I'm like, ooh, now I know things
I
about
thought it was a
everybody.
You like
joke,
those?
but-
No one
I
likes
used to
those.
say,
I
I would never say anything true about myself, but I would hope that everybody else was speaking truly, and I liked having that knowledge.
I thought
You
it
You're
sound
my
like a
favorite
villain,
type
dude.
of
This is
person.
really villainous.
villain arc.
You are my favorite type of person.
Jesus
I-
Christ.
I like thought that was a joke initially on the behalf of the DM, but Mariah got so into it that I kind of just want to do it now.
Well, I was
Right.
like, I was like, I know all these. I know my name. It's Mariah. I know my zodiac sign. I'm an Aquarius, and I know what I had for lunch today: a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Y'all had lunch today?
I-
No, you didn't.
You should eat at least one meal every 15 minutes.
Well,
Oh God.
I don't
don't know
eat
about
food.
that.
I subside off of filter feeding.
Okay, 12 minutes in. Let's get started.
yeah, seriously. There's the 12-minute
we-
mark.
We can keep this going, but yeah.
I
what are we
can keep
getting
this
into?
going
I don't
forever,
think-
but let's not.
Okay.
Shall we
All right.
begin?
All right. Ark, Logrin, Faerun, you know who you are. What
do.
you see before you is the Wyvern, a tavern outside of Daggerford that serves to be the first introduction of the town to passing merchants and travelers alike. And introduce the town it does. From the outside, you could hear raucous cheers, the performers pluck at the lute, and an imbibed off-key chorus to match. Entering, which you may know, you see before you a scene of revelry and merriment, a scene of freshly baked, scent of freshly baked bread, and a dwarven bartender who extends a stout arm and hails your entry. Few tables are left open, save for one booth in the back. For your reference, it is this room at the right.
Let me bring my character in.
Really quick, before we do go any further, Mariah, the whole stream is echoing through your audio.
No.
Uh-oh.
That's really funny.
No, to the right,
Oh.
That's the inn. The right is the
It's
tent.
like it's the stores and too.
Oh.
Oh,
Snores.
I'm stuck on the wall. Where
just
did I go?
happened to-
Where are you
what just
going?
happened
Where did I go?
Got a ship.
Is it
I
this
got
way?
I hit the
Ark
wall
on
and
the
disappeared.
He fucking
I'm
ascended!
inside. I got in here.
Where am I?
Oh my
Okay.
god, dude, your character's gone.
Sent
Okay.
to the fucking Shadow Realm already, God.
Am I
How do
echoing
I-
now, or is it better?
Dude, this took
No,
us
it's fine.
not 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes.
To break
And
For
it.
he
someone to
got
lose their
stuck in the
character.
wall. He's in the goddamn walls.
What is
He's in the
what is
walls.
happening? What's happening?
Derek, you're gonna have to
What?
replace him down.
Eric,
No, I
can
got him, I got
have
him.
Control of, or can you move
Okay.
my retainers?
Yeah, I'll do that, sure.
Oh god, that's so
Uh,
much work.
In order,
Just give me control. I'll do it.
in order of entry, Ark, tell your fellow tavern goers what they see.
What do you mean? I was the last center. I was on the roof.
Well, now, just tell people what you see.
Describe your
You fell
character,
through
man.
the roof, so you got there first.
So you see a fairly unassuming man. He looks like any other knight or paladin you would expect. He's wearing chainmail and a helmet. The only thing is, upon entry, he doesn't take his helmet off. You find that quite strange. Most people would take their helmet off when they were about to eat food. His stuff also looks like it has been dinged up quite a bit, but other than that, you really can't tell much about this dude.
Hmm. Okay, so he was raised in a barn. Faerun, what do the tavern goers see?
So upon Faerun's entry, they would see an elven woman with relatively tanned skin. She has long green hair, which does not hold up in Tailspire because they didn't have any good long hair options that I liked. You would see that she has on just an array of cloth, almost like she has on like leggings, but then above that she just has just an array of different kinds of cloth and material, sort of to a makeshift skirt or overdress, if you will. She carries with her a long wooden, what would appear to others, branch or stick, and at the very top there are willow tree leaves that are hanging off the top of it. It kind of looks like she just cut a piece of a branch off of a willow tree and is just walking around with it.
Certifiable
And-
cutie patootie.
Yeah, that's me.
Absolutely. Low
You and your married band.
enters with the crowd, as he's used to. He is accompanied by 3 retainers, who I'll get to shortly after his introduction. And Lobrin is a man who looks prim, looks proper, looks well put together. He has a sort of air of elegance about him. You can tell that he is perhaps a little posh, a little pretentious, presumptuous even about certain things. But you also can tell that he is the type of fellow who enjoys a good time. He has sort of an aspiration and a thirst in his eyes for what's not exactly clear yet, but he carries himself well. His armor is a bit polished. You can tell that something may have happened recently. It's not totally clean, but it's definitely not the mark of an experienced adventurer either. And the equipment is well taken care of. It's of a solid quality too. As far as the band of individuals following him after him, you have a sort of stout and haughty little dwarven man with a big ginger beard and long flowing orange locks. He carries a little tankard with him everywhere he goes, either on his belt or in his hand, or most likely aimed down his gullet. And he is sort of a bit of a squire to Lobrin, a bit of a weapons master, carrying the heavy stuff, polishing the weaponry. His name is Brunor, and I'll send pictures of these people in the NPC chat for our people on Discord, as well as their names once I'm done with my recap.
Thank you for the follow, Grub.
Thank you. Along with him is a half-elf maiden. She carries with her a quill and a piece of parchment, and she has long black hair. She's a bit younger. You could tell, just by if you were to observe her and Lobin for a little, she does have kind of like, a little bit of eyes for him. Nothing serious there, but just a little bit of infatuation. And her name is Elizabeth. Then you will see a bit of an older man, perhaps in his late 40s, early 50s, not as old as the miniature looks, I assure you. He is another member of this ensemble, but he's a little out of place compared to the others, who seem obviously younger, but also a little more jovial. This man carries himself with more of a serious demeanor. He has a black mustache with slick black hair. He is more prim and proper than even Lobrin in terms of how he conducts himself and takes care of himself. If you were to take a magnifying glass to this man's uniform, you wouldn't find a speck of dust on it. He carries himself well. He has with him as well a little bugle that has sort of a draped. It looks like some sort of heraldry being carried from it as well. And he also has a large coin pouch on his person, as he's sort of the manager of the money, the steward, and the counselor of the group. And his name is Rolf.
Damn. Now that's quite the troop.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
so there's our band of merry adventurers, and they
That's
come
boy.
together and move as one towards this back table.
Okay. So, the dwarven bartender smiles as she sees the 3 of you, and then the smile quickly fades as she sees the other 3 of you, and she quickly it looks on her visage like she's trying to mentally count the number of seats she has left in this very busy tavern this time of night, and then she kind of she after hailing you, she points a finger towards the booth that's just to the right of you and says, "I'll be with you in just a moment, lads and lasses. Take a seat over there, would ya?"
Wait, are we arriving all together, or she's just telling us all to sit at the same table?
She's just telling you all to sit at the same table. It's the only table that's left.
Let's
Gotcha.
go
Whether or not you guys have any acquaintance to each other, deal.
I
guess
I did not know these people.
Fair
Baron will
enough.
turn around, give them a big smile, and say, "Well, shall we head to the table in the back?" She's
Strange
very
bedfellows
friendly.
indeed.
Our group is already kind of moving, following her instruction. I think nearly wordlessly. It's this area over here to the right. You said the booth.
Yeah,
correct?
the booth
Yeah,
indeed.
that booth in the back.
Indeed.
So
Yes,
Lobrin and company will all squeeze
Right, wrong
in.
way.
Art
Yeah.
will give a slight bow and make sure everyone gets seated before him.
Oh, so
Please
he
go
does
on
have some
ahead.
manners. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a moment real quick to cut over to our remaining two ne'er-do-wells.
What?
Mira and Lucia. Each of you has individually had contact
Oh.
made to you by those representing the Harpers while in Daggerford. They've beseeched you in aiding the surrounding towns by culling the werewolves that have recently been plaguing the countryside, returning the lost children that they have kidnapped, promising a hefty reward. You're each offered to meet one Zelron Roaringhorn at the Wind Wyvern, who will offer you provisions for the road ahead, and some advice on how to get there. First things first.
Here, can you
Both
do me
of
a
you.
favor and just pull your mic like a little closer to your face?
Sorry about that.
Doing a little audio checking.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Am I cutting out?
No, okay, it's fine.
I can increase sensitivity if you think it's
No,
necessary.
no, it's just towards the end of your sentences, some things were cutting, so I just wanted to make sure the audio is good.
I'll increase. Just a moment. Can't hurt.
We're
Okay.
with the Harpers!
Or at least in
I vaguely
association.
know them.
Yes,
I heard
you've
of
been
them
made
before.
contact with. Yeah, that does not make you Harpers. They're just looking for
No.
people to help them out.
Can you believe it, Winnie? We're Harpers.
We're Harpers! We're
the
senior Harpers!
This is gonna
Both
be
of
the
you.
equivalent of like impersonating a police officer.
Enter stage right if you would, and as entering, Lucia, tell everyone what they would see as you enter.
Why would you pick me?
Because
Alright.
I must.
You
So
go,
walking-
girl.
Walking into the tavern, you see this standard-looking nun attire with fiery red hair and just a standard nun veil. She's very skittish as she enters, looking around. It's obvious it's the most amount of people she's seen in a bit, or at least there's some loud. And she's kind of just clutching her holy symbol like in her chest as she like begins to look around.
Okay. Mira, if you would.
So, Mira walks in, though she keeps- hold on, I'm gonna get stuck on the fucking roof like Andrew did.
Don't.
It's actually-
I saw you
didn't
going up.
realize-
I
You
was
saw
like,
me
no,
go
no,
up?
no, no,
I
no,
got
I
no.
didn't realize how treacherous it was until I tried to move the retainers in, and all of a sudden I was like,
You
ooh.
start scaling
No,
the roof.
this is
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason you just go up.
So, Mira, you see a slim and slight female figure, shorter. She stands at around 5'5", and she walks in a little sheepishly, shrugging to herself, a little timid. Her figure is adorned with armors that are crafted from cloth and dark leathers and earth tones. She has strapped long gloves and boots. She has a thick, kind of greenish woolen scarf that at the moment she has wrapped up in a makeshift hood around her head, hiding her face. She has like a thick mess of an auburn ponytail that kind of comes down through the front. And her bit of fringe that falls forward has seemingly gone a more ashen blonde color. Her skin that you can see, it seems to be a sickly porcelain tone, very pale, almost a little unwell, just with a slightest hint of blush in her cheeks. She has chocolate brown eyes, but her left eye is starting to take on kind of a milky appearance, perhaps an early sign of blindness. And she walks in a little sheepishly after the elf in front of her.
Okay. Between the two of you, it's easy enough to identify Zelron. He is kind of a man, stocky, like strong-built man. Just to the table to your right, he looks down at a tome before him as he before looking to the door, and greeting both of you with a smile. And he gestures to the two two chairs before him. Looks as though he's already ordered you some basic dinners of bread, some sort of chicken dish, and a little bit of wine as well. And then he hails you and he says, "You must be the contacts that I've heard so much about. It's good of you to meet me."
Yes. She will like approach. Oh, I can't get on. Can I get on the chair? I can.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You can't actually sit, but you can position yourself like standing on the chair. It's a little bit silly looking, but it'll suffice.
Oh, that's too close.
You turn on your torch in the middle of the tavern. It is bright.
Yeah, I'm glowing. Hold up. There we go.
Aww.
I feel like that's what's happening. Yeah, so Mira follows behind and she takes a seat. And she looks to the man and just gestures out with her hand and goes, "So, you're the one we're supposed to be meeting?"
That just. Thank you for meeting me on such short notice. I understand the circumstances are not exactly ideal, but, things being what they are, we needed to reach out to whoever we could. And I understand both of you are, well, quite capable. That said, several houses on the countryside here have been completely wiped out, slaughtered by werewolves. Mothers, fathers, all except for the children. The children go missing. We don't know why, but it's not like a werewolf to not kill anything that it wouldn't want to eat, so we presume that they're still alive. That said, we need capable hunters, trackers. No, it wasn't Freddy Fazbear, alright?
Sorry.
It could have
resist.
been.
I mean, it kind of sounds like it could have been.
Horror, 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 horror. That's what you hear when they
They
come
all
in.
howl that FNAF theme.
I understand the nature of what I'm asking you. It's a formidable task. A tall one, no less. But I would be willing to offer you hefty compensation and some moderate provisions.
If it keeps people safe, so consider it done.
I admire
I
your spirit.
agree, that sounds horrible.
You should have seen the scenes, more horrible than you can imagine. It's not like werewolves to wander these parts. What's worse, creeping mist seems to follow them. They only seem to arrive and leave with it, the nature of which I cannot ascertain. If you can glean anything about it, any information you could
stinky.
provide.
It's not mist, it's a musk.
It smells like sulfur.
Out of curiosity, could I potentially roll like a history check or something, given my favorite enemy?
You may, exactly.
Oh.
Sure. Oh, I get to try out this new sheet.
I wish you would.
Are any of us meant to be overhearing this?
Well, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I was gonna say, because Farron's
Or offer me your passive perception, your choice.
I was gonna start talking to these people who are at this table.
I'm gonna roll I was gonna start talking, but I was waiting for Derek to
Give
finish.
me
You know.
1 second. I just want to look up really quick. I think if something's your favorite enemy, like you get advantage on a history
Well-
check on them, right?
Oh, that's not right. That's a +6. It shouldn't be a
On,
+6.
I believe on a
Oh,
nature check.
it's advantage to, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them. You have
Right,
advantage
so-
on wisdom survival checks to track your favorite enemies, as well as intelligence to recall information.
Okay. In this instance, I would give you advantage on this.
Okay.
You're looking into their ecology. You know a lot about it.
I hope this rolls with it.
Oh,
This is not going to roll with advantage. Hold on. Okay, it's a good thing there's advantage.
Roll again.
Well, that's
Ooh.
lovely.
The first roll of the campaign!
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a 9.
Mira, to your knowledge, you don't know any particular associations between werewolves and any sort of mists, or for that matter, to anything magical other than their curse itself, which is a product of some dark magics. So this is new to you, and indeed seems quite the oddity. That said, before we continue on with your conversation, let's cut back to table 1. Dwarven bartender comes over to you. She looks like she's been in a little aghast. She's in a rush. The tavern's quite full tonight. She comes over to you and brings tankards of ales without any of you needing to ask for them. And as she passes one to each of you, she says, "Terribly sorry about this. It's not usually like this, but I suppose it's more people looking for refuge than usual. I'll be back shortly."
Excuse me.
And she stops in her tracks. "Yes, lass."
I was just curious. You said people are seeking refuge. I'm new to this area, and why are people seeking refuge? What's going on?
Well, all sorts of talk, lass. The roads at night are never really safe around here. At least at not when you're getting away from the city, but I've heard talking tales of dark things in the forest, werewolves and the like, though I've not seen them, and people like to spin all sorts of yarns, you understand.
Anybody at the table would see Farron's eyes sort of like twinkle at the hearing those words, and she would just go, "Really? Fascinating."
Well,
Thank you.
I can't assure you anything, lass, but I wouldn't bet on it if I were you. If I hear talk of werewolves, I place my money on staying somewhere with walls. And then she hurries away back to the bar.
I guess
Whoa.
after that, I would turn to the table and smile and just say, "Hello, my name is Farron. It seems we've all been seated together. Maybe we should get to know each other a little bit."
Lobrin's
That's a
gonna
great idea.
slam a fist down on the table, grab his pint, and down it. And you'll notice Brunor drinks just as quickly. This isn't new to them. Ah, yes! Perhaps it would be good if we got to know each other. My name is Lobrin Brokengulf of House Brokengulf of Waterdeep. Perhaps you've heard of it.
There's no fucking way you're making him sound like the foppish lord.
He sounds like that!
As this is going on,
He does. Oh,
sorry. As this is going on, I just want to specify real quick that Brunor has already downed his drink. Elizabeth has kind of like has a little bit coyly passed her tankard over to Rolf, and Rolf is kind of like quietly sipping his while kind of casting an eye over at Logrin.
Okay.
On brand.
So, I'm gonna respond and say, my name is Ark. I'm a passing traveler. I'm in the area looking for work, actually. And as he does this, he's actually going to take and push his tankard all the way down the table to you. I already forgot your character's name, Zach.
Lobrin.
Oh,
Lobrin will grab it. Work, you say? That's perfect. I'm actually looking for a couple of adventurers to join my party for honor and glory. Rolf! And he's gonna clap, and Rolf's gonna produce 2 gold pieces, as well as 2 scribbled pieces of parchment. He's gonna hand them one to Ark and one to Farron, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you were to take a look at these, you would notice that they're sort of like very bare bones, almost for the sake of posterity only contracts, basically saying that you'll quote unquote work for Lobrin. And you can tell, like, even though Rolf like wrote them up for him, he's not really like he doesn't have a look on his face that's like, yeah, we're gonna bring you to court if you violate this type thing. It's kind of like for the sake of existing, and for the look of it all.
Farron is gonna say, "Adventure? Oh, I love adventure. I've just been on a long journey myself from home, traveling far and wide, and actually, I was just in the city of Waterdeep, though I haven't heard of your family. I'm very sorry. But I don't know how I feel about signing a contract working under somebody. I'd rather work with somebody, as an equal."
Where are
Well,
you from, Max?
I was
Me?
just going to say, there will be glory and gold to be had for all in my adventures. I care more so about the honor of it rather than the wealth.
I see. I'd be more than happy to join your group, but would you allow me to do so without binding myself to this contract?
Very well. Rolf! And he's just going to grab the contract and put it away in the gold. The gold piece is still on the table.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Think of
What was
it
it? One gold
One
piece?
One gold.
Thank
Think of
you.
it as the compensation for the times to come.
All right. Now that we have ourselves quite the merry band at the booth. Oh, Art, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So, I already forgot your name, Mariah. I'm sorry.
Farron.
Oh, Farron.
Farron. So where are you from, Farron? And I noticed you mentioned you've traveled far from home.
Well, initially I'm from the High Forest. I lived in a small commune, not far from the Grandfather Tree, which is sort of towards the center. But I don't know. I've been on the road for many years now, but once I hit a certain age, I just craved more excitement in life. The forest is a wonderful place. I enjoy it there greatly. I mean, everything is. It's my home, of course, but I just wanted to see what lay beyond the walls of tree, for lack of a better expression, I guess. I wanted to see the world for myself. So, here I am.
It's a noble pursuit. I myself have been traveling on the road for many, many years. Too many to count, actually. And he just kind of stares off into the distance at that.
How old are you?
Uh,
If you don't mind
that's
me
a little.
asking.
That's a little tough to say.
Oh,
I've
it's
been
all right
around
if you don't
for
remember.
a while.
If you looked at the corner, you would just see Lodbryn kind of gritting, like, yes, yes, these two will make great adventurers, fine adventurers. And then he's going to go, waitress, another round on me for the table.
Thank you
please,
so
no,
much, Lobrin.
I'm fasting. I do apologize, but
Oh,
I will not be consuming anything tonight.
Bruno reaches over the table and takes your tanker and says, "Aye, that! More for me, then!"
I was just gonna shake his head and chuckle.
How do you react to the contract and the gold piece presented before you, Ark?
So you notice Ark is actually reading through the contract very in depth. It seems like he's reading through it at least twice before agreeing to anything.
While that's going on, why don't we cut back to our merry band of hunters just a few feet across?
A good hunter.
Indeed,
Yeah, they are.
indeed. Just to let you guys know, I posted a little image of Zelron and NPCs. And Zelron,
Just to clarify, is he a member of the Emerald Enclave? Sorry to jump in.
are you asking Zelron?
I'm asking out of character. Yeah.
Zelron is not at
Or
all
not the Emerald
associated-
Enclave, sorry, the Harpers.
Yes, he's a harper.
All right, thank you. Sorry, just for the recap.
Although your character wouldn't know that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know out of character.
Anyway.
I was asking.
Anyway, Zelron, you notice that he kind of casts his glance out the window, and with your passive perception, you can already tell that a sort of like odd, heavy creeping mist is already kind of just like dancing around the forest line. He sort of narrows his gaze a little bit before casting it back to you two. He says, "Listen, I understand the nature of what we're asking. It's no small feat, but let it not be said that the Harpers do not take care of their own. You came here, and therefore I am to assume you're taking this proposition seriously. And so shall I." And then he reaches beneath the table and pulls out quite the sizable leather bag, and he unzips it, places before you 3 things. 2 scrolls tied together, 20 arrows in a quiver, and then 20 bolts in a smaller quiver. You can see that in the bag behind him, there are 2 long swords. And he looks to both of you and he says, "You can trust these as much as you can trust anything. They were silvered by the very best. I should know." He chuckles a bit and then kind of dusts off his lapels.
Are
Am
these
I
part of the
proficient
deal?
in swords?
I think so. As a cleric, yeah. It's all simple and martial weapons, maybe.
It's all simple weapons. Is a long sword a martial weapon?
I believe it is.
Let me look up simple weapons.
Wouldn't that just be like daggers, short swords, like...
Yeah, it's a
I don't
lot.
know.
I think longswords are.
So simple melee weapons are clubs, daggers, great clubs,
Yeah.
hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace, quarterstaff, sickles, and spears.
Hmm.
So not swords.
No sweared.
Those are martial weapons.
I mean, useful to have.
We'll also be
Take
right
it
back.
and sell it for money!
You could dual wield it all Witcher style.
Well, I more than appreciate the spare ammo, but are these for free?
Aye, indeed, but not for free. For the task you'll be performing, well,
Yes, but no.
they won't cost you money, I'll put it that way. They will cost a good amount of risk to your health. For we've sent several harpers after these werewolves already, and only very few have returned. I want you to understand this before you agree. This is no small feat.
Whatever the risk. If it helps people, we'll do it.
He kind of eyes you a little bit before responding and says, "Ma'am, I hope you'll appreciate you'll understand me saying, but I must admire your bravery."
I do what I can to help.
Cast an eye over to Mira. What say you, lass?
Well, I have a bit of experience with a lot of the were folk, so I hope I can be of some use to you.
You'll be of more use than most at that. The mist, as you can see out the window, seems to be creeping a little bit closer to the tavern. Suddenly, the tavern door swings open and a hush falls over the otherwise raucous room. Framed by the lamplit fog, a form strides through the doorway. His heavy booted footfalls and jingle of his coins shatter the silence. His brightly colored clothes are draped in loose folds around him, and his hat hangs askew, hiding his eyes in the shadows. Without hesitation, he walks up to your table, not yours, but the booth, and stands proudly in a wide stance and folded arms. In a hushed voice, he says, "I have been sent to you to deliver this message. If you be creatures of honor, you will come to my master's aid at first light. It is not advisable to travel the Svalak woods at night." He pulls from his tunic a sealed letter and places it on the table of the booth, addressing to all of you in beautiful, flowing script. He drops the letter on the table. "If you accept, take the west road from here, 5 hours march down the woods of Svalak. There you will find the master in Barovia." Amid silent stares at the patronage, the man strides the bar and says to the wary barkeep, "Fill the glasses, one and all. Their throats are obviously parched." He drops a heavy pouch of gold to the bar, and with that, he leaves. With
Wanted
that,
to ask his name.
okay, you would like to catch him before he leaves?
I just wanted to say, ask his name and his master's name, because that was
Okay.
very quick.
Yeah, he's coming in a brusque.
Yeah,
quick-
wow.
Yeah, he looks like a man about business. But as he drops the pouch on the table, and you call out to him, he looks over to you, and removes his hood. I shall post his image in the NPCs.
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 For you and me.
What
Oh
do you
my.
say to this man?
Oh my.
What is it? You're addressing
Oh,
to him?
sorry. I thought you said winter, and I was like, wait, what?
Character Smith.
No. Well, this is a very interesting proposition, but may I have your name and perhaps your master's name?
My name is of little consequence here, but my name is Arago, if you must have it. My master is Kolyan Indirovich. He is the burgomaster of village Barovia.
Interesting.
He's
Alright,
the
well-
Burgermaster?
He is the master.
Burgomaster. Well, thank you for delivering this message, and
What is it?
if we decide to accept, I suppose we'll see you soon.
You would be wise to do so. Is that all you require of me? And he looks between each of you at the booth and casts a very quick look to you three at the table as well.
Huh.
There's some sort of knowing in his eyes.
Huh. I suppose so. Thank you.
Suppose indeed. And he leaves through the door. Door shuts behind him. The tavern just as quickly begins its raucous kind of merrymaking once more.
What the hell?
Zelron looks between the two of you, his brow furrowed. He looks just as confused as the rest of the patronage at this, but whereas the rest of the patronage seems happy enough to accept the drinks that this Aragal has bought them, he still seems perplexed and on guard, ever on guard. He says, between the two of you, says, "Normally I would bid you to not trust anyone in these circumstances, but last reports where these werewolves are, I wouldn't go alone. The woods are dangerous, now more than ever. If you can find any sort of compatriots, mercenaries, whatever, it would behoove you."
Can I roll perception to see if I overheard that?
Certainly. Roll with advantage. He's literally like 3
And he's
feet away.
talking to us as he says that?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is a 22,
Damn.
Wow.
and the second one is I will take the 22.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
you've-
acknowledge the
you've-
second one.
You've easily heard this in most of their conversation anytime you've decided to listen in. They're very
Gotcha.
close to you, and they're not trying to be quiet.
Okay, so I suppose is he going to be? I guess my question is, will he be leaving them anytime soon to discuss? Because I think Faerun would probably wait until he departed to maybe reach out and speak up to them.
Through contextual clues, you can glean that he will probably not be staying here with them.
Okay, I think Faerun would wait until he exited. Just keep about chatting with her newfound adventuring buddies, and then I think that she would speak to them once he departed.
Very good. That makes sense. Back to Mira and Lucia. How do you
Oh.
respond to this proposition?
You go first.
Sorry, I
Mira
know
will
this is a
just
lot of
kinda-
exposition right now.
This is a lot of exposition. Mira will just kind of look at him as he's talking and just kind of nod silently, and as he makes his way out, she'll just kind of look over to the man they had been speaking with. I actually don't remember his name. Who's this guy?
What, the guy in front of you? Is Elron? Mm-hmm.
I keep wanting to call him Elrond.
You can do that, that's fine.
Freddy Fazbear.
Call him Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah.
She looks back over to him and goes, "So many job propositions in one night. Is that one of yours?"
No, that is not one of mine. Nor would I claim it if I had the choice.
What do you mean?
That one had an air about him. But that's just me. It might mean nothing at all.
I sense the same. Something was disturbing.
Not the first time there's been disturbing folks out on the road at night, but just the same. That said, your quarry will be, give or take, about 10 miles west of the road. You can travel tonight or in the morning, but it'll be dangerous either way. Keep a wary eye out. I'll leave this bag here for you. And with that, without any, unless you guys have any questions further for him, he stands to his feet, brushes off his coat a little bit, places a few
May the light
gold
guide you, or whatever my cleric says.
things on her, friend.
As I learn idioms for this deity as we go on.
Take a little time to get comfortable in your new character. He places a few coins on the table and leaves just as quickly.
Prepare
as
for
he-
my voice to be awful as I try training here.
That's
Oh, you're
perfectly
fine.
Yeah. Usually it takes me like 5 sessions before I even start getting an impression of a character that I want to do.
Mira will just thank him for his time and the opportunity as he leaves.
Okay. So before you are paid for meals and drinks. At the opposite end of the table, a bag full of provisions, scrolls you have not identified. And
We need
behind
to
you,
group that on group loot. Can you start listing that? I can type it.
any who wish to list in, or do you guys want to?
Well, if possible, I'd like to take the arrows, if that's cool.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't got a crossbow.
But you may yet.
But Derek, did you just like type those out in group loot or something?
Just to let you know, there are arrows and bolts.
Oh, I don't have a
20
crossbow.
arrows and 20 bolts. Okay.
I just have a longbow.
Well, you can still shoot them at the
longbow?
bow. You just gotta be more
I can
accurate,
try to shoot them very carefully.
or just stab people.
You could
While
stab-
he's typing out group loot, Mira will look and gesture over to Lucia and say,
Oh.
"Well, he left us an awful lot of provisions. What do you make of all this mess?"
It's gonna be dangerous. That's certain, but we need to help these people, especially children.
I find it interesting that they're just leaving the children and taking them. It's not like any werewolf activity I'm familiar with.
Part of me doesn't like to dwell on why they are,
Oh, that's a good thought.
because like we're dealing with werewolves. I'm a bit unfamiliar with them personally, as much as you are, but can't mean anything good.
They have a certain way about them. Some are a little more, I don't want to say refined, but maybe a little more kept together than the others. And she kind of takes a look around the tavern, and she says, "The way he was speaking, I guess you never really know."
And with that, with your permission, I'm going to pan back to the booth just behind you.
No worries with that.
I'm gonna connect this back and
let me
forth
have
in a
this.
minute with my silliness.
I knew I could
Raw.
count on you. There is an unopened letter before you, and newly acquired friends on either side of the booth. How do you proceed?
Well, first, I guess we should open the letter. But I would like to say, okay, so I guess we should take a look at this letter, but is it just me, or did anyone else feel sort of an unsettling presence radiating from that man?
I wouldn't say unsettling, but we were singled out quite quickly. It didn't seem he had business with many of the other patrons in this bar.
I think that's part of the reason that I feel so strange about it. Why us? How did he know we were here? Why was he so keen on us specifically? Makes me feel a little bit
DM,
uncomfortable.
Can I look around the rest of the tavern to see if anyone else looks like they are warriors or capable of fighting in any way?
Yeah, I think Lobran was about to say, perhaps he recognized our martial prowess.
Could be.
Derek?
Yeah, sorry.
Can
what was
I?
that?
Would I be able to look around at the rest of the tavern patrons and see if there were any others that look like they are capable of fighting?
Go ahead and make a perception check if you would.
Nope.
No!
Well,
Whoa.
First nat one of the game. Let's
From-
go.
from the
Let's
slits in
fucking
your
go.
from the slits in your visor, looking around, it's hard to really make out a heck of a lot. It looks as though that
Maybe you took it off.
Maybe.
it's really hard to tell a heck of a lot, especially from yours is you don't have the perfect vantage point of the room, and it's hard to really make out a lot from these guys. It just looks like
there's a
most
bright
of them.
light. Right
the only
next
thing
to
they
it.
seem to
Just
be
a
really
glare.
proficient in is merrymaking.
The lamp is gleaming right on the inside of your helmet, and it's just making a giant fractal in your eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
I was just gonna look away and be like,
It's like when there's like a smudge in your glasses you can't get.
Exactly.
maybe this is just one of life's great mysteries that we'll never know the answer to.
Zach, where did you put your retainers? They were in the NPC chat before.
Oh,
They're still there.
I removed. I'll
You can
post
keep
them
you
later.
can keep them there. They're good NPCs to know.
Yeah, I'll post them later.
Okay, that's fine.
My real question, though, Zach, is why are you listed as Dwarf Commoner?
Oh, shit, you found out my
That's their character.
through identity.
Huh?
No, that's that's one of my retainers. Maybe I'm listed as that because that was the last person I was controlling. What
Okay.
about now?
Now you're Lobran.
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah, that's
confused
what
for a
it is.
second. I was like, wait, what?
Okay, no big deal. Okay.
I think I would like to unroll the scroll
Unroll
and
the
take
scroll.
take a gander. But as I
Do-
do, I would like to say to Lobran in response to his, him saying maybe he just saw capable, fighters. I'd like to say that perhaps, but no, I this may sound a little silly, but anytime I don't know. I get these gut feelings, and I tend to trust them because I'm almost always right, like 99% of the time. And when I looked at him, I just got this really sour feeling in my gut. I just can't explain it, but something's off. However, I suppose we should read this scroll anyway, just to see what it entails.
It's good to trust your gut when you're out on the road for as long as we've been. It's usually an instinct you pick up along the way.
I'm going to post into story notes what the wax seal appears to be on this letter.
Oh wow. we
Okay,
get an
when you don't-
image?
Okay, when you don't read it, we didn't see it.
But I want
No metagaming yet. What the hell?
There's a
that
wax
is really-
seal on the letter that looks exactly like what I just posted in story notes. I
That-
would show it to all of you if I
The urge
That's
to
a
not
really
look.
intricate
The
wax
urge to look.
May I
seal.
roll a
Like,
history check since Farin is always reading them books
You certainly can.
and
may
trying
I
to
also
learn?
roll a history
Both
check?
of you may.
I'm also gonna roll a history.
Lobren, if you would like to as well, go ahead.
Yeah, I think.
You get a history check. You get a history
You get a
check.
history.
Everybody gets a history check.
Whoa!
That's
now-
Holy moly! Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Hell no.
Yeah,
Woo!
nice.
Great rolls, guys. Holy shit, you guys are rolling hot.
First nat 20.
Ah.
I think for me, I
Oh,
think
fucking
Lobren would be looking more so to like see if this is related to any nobility or.
Oh my
like,
god, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Like almost
Ah!
like.
Oh wow,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Mysterious stranger, we love you so much.
Thank
love
you, thank you.
You guys rolled so
assume.
well, it makes me so sad to tell you that not a single one of you has seen this seal before.
Oh.
You know nothing about it.
Wow. All
Really?
right.
I may have popped the confetti too fast.
Not only have you never seen the seal before, it makes no even vague associations in your brain. It is completely alien to you.
Interesting. What
Would I
does the
know if,
letter
like,
say?
There's
Got the
any
national
skills
logo.
like this? Like, do I know like anything about like just noble heraldry that would maybe give me a little bit here?
It's certain that you would know enough with your role to know that the only people that have personable seals like this are people of nobility of some kind, but you don't know anything about the seal, who it belongs
Okay.
to, or how it came to be.
Gotcha.
Derek, may I use my knowledge from a past life feature to add a d6 to my roll?
Sure.
That's sick.
That's a 26.
That's interesting.
Wow.
22.
Oh, a 22.
Doesn't
22.
add much, but
Impressive roll. No two ways about it. You still don't know anything about the seal. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right.
it's
I
strange. but
applaud the effort.
This
That
must
was
be
interesting.
an unbeatable check.
Best roll of the night so far, of the session so far.
Rolling
Yeah.
a 22
Even-
at level 1, good job, man.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Yeah.
campaign. So
Yeah,
That's
very
funny,
impressive.
even after my my decades of wandering, I've never come across a seal quite like this.
It definitely takes a pretty penny to get a custom seal in these parts. Like this.
He's gonna just hold it up and look at it, if provided he can.
so it's either
It's expensive.
What was the dwarf's name? Braren?
Brunor.
Brunar looks at it.
Brunor.
Brunar looks at it, squints his eyes, and kind of wiggles his mustache a little bit, and then puts it back on the table and says, "Oh, you guys, aristocratic fops and their intricacies. Way I see it, it means nothing at all.
Here, Bruno.
Meaning no offense to you, my lord."
What's his name, Bruno?
You may
Bruno.
very well be right. You may very well be right.
Let's
But there's
call him
only
Bruno.
one way to find out. Let's open that bloody thing.
Yes, so I am unraveling it on the table for everybody to see.
All
Okay,
right.
and do you read it to your compatriots?
Sure, I'll read it out loud. What do I in the DM's voice?
in my best favorite voice. I'm not even gonna try. I'm going to. No, that's not gonna happen. The letter reads as follows: Hail thee of might and valor. I, lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Koliana, has been affected by evil so deadly that even the good of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have saved her from this menace if I could. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows, if thou shalt be but answer this desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand, and all that I have shall be thine. Addressed from Kolyan Indirovich, Burgomaster.
So that was the guy who came in here was Arangol. That was the guy he referred
His
to,
master.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the master he referenced.
All right. And what was the name of his wife?
He did not say it was his wife. He said that
Or
the
his
love of his
lover.
life
Yes.
is Irina Koliana, spelt as follows: IREENA space KOLYANA.
I don't know. I just have this really bad feeling in my gut, you guys. I obviously.
no way.
I mean, money's not really that important to me. I think I'd more so would want to do this for the adventure. And I feel for this gentleman. It must be horrible, but something just doesn't feel right.
I'll agree with you that something feels strange, and I'm also not too interested in the money, but it doesn't feel right to let someone suffer any more than they need to.
That is true.
I would like to help
I
them if
had one
possible.
thing I wanted to do before we continue this conversation. Excuse me, Ark. And then she is going to, because she has zero social awareness, crawl over him, sort of like just climb right over him since she's in the middle. And she is going to approach the table.
As you crawl over Brunor, he raises his mug and goes, "Oh, all hands on deck!"
Oh wait, oh no, I'm next to
She's
Ark.
not next to Brunor.
Yeah, well,
does
he's supposed
He does
to
that. He
react.
does that anyway. He does that
okay.
anyway.
Ark just kind of presses himself up against the wall as much as possible to give you, like, space.
Pardon me. Thank you
Wait,
so
where,
much.
where are you going?
I
I've
had
already
just-
accepted my contract, don't forget.
I'm not.
Rolf. At this time, Rolf leans into your ear,
My
Logren.
ear? Okay.
Yeah, and he says in a hushed tone, "My lord, I hate to be imprudent, but this seems the kind of opportunity that would remedy our otherwise inauspicious position. The wealth of a lord is exactly what we need right now."
You don't think I know that, Rolf? I bloody well know that. I just can't let the others know that I know that.
Can I roll
My
perception to
apologies,
see if
my
I hear
lord.
this? Can I roll perception to see if I hear this conversation?
Go ahead.
Let's hope for another nat
Too busy
20.
crawling over Ark. I have a mission in my mind.
Oh my god!
You hear every intonation of every
You
syllable.
manifested that one.
Yeah.
Let's
Bro.
hope I only roll nat 20s for the rest of the campaign, right?
That's
No.
yeah.
Until
No.
death saves, no.
Until death saves. Is everything okay? It sounds like you're in a fair bit of trouble there. Looking over to Lobrin.
Well, adventure.
He just says,
He was not quick on his feet with that one, to say the least.
Elizabeth's gonna perk up a little bit. And she's gonna say, "All's well, of course. We've just run into some recent trouble, but that trouble seems to be at its end." She says as she casts a darting look over to Rolf and to Lobrin.
Well, we survived, damn it. Anyway, that was another adventure, which I don't really have the time nor patience for right now. The important thing is we get to the bottom of this one. I think it could be a good opportunity for all of us.
Bruno raises his mug again. And he says, "Here's to getting to the bottom of this one," and he
Oh my god.
he downs the second round already.
Damn it, you
Art-
bastard. You're outpacing
is-
me.
Ark is gonna chuckle lightly and be like, I think I'd like to keep hanging around with you guys, if you don't mind
Lucy's
me
just
tagging
kind of
along.
staring.
Yeah, at this point, Mira and Lucy are just turned around looking at the fucking chaos
You
happening
just
behind
see a
them.
woman
Like, do you
crawling
mind?
over somebody and people
Kinda
yelling.
As
Farron,
Farron is
Not a
climbing
big
over
deal.
someone to you.
let's cut to Farron real quick.
So here's a
Farron.
Wendy's.
You
So
crawl, you
there's,
crawl
I
over
guess-
Ark, and how do you approach these two?
So I'm just going to approach as any totally normal person would approach and say, "Hi, my name is Farron. It's very nice to meet you." And that's how I'm going to start the conversation.
For us?
Yeah, she's coming to us, apparently.
She like, Lucia kind of like shrinks in her chair a bit. Hi. I'm Lucia. Nice to meet you. And she like extends a hand.
Farron will shake your hand enthusiastically. "I love your hair, by the way. It's such a
Thank
pretty
you.
color." And
Thank
she's then
you.
going to turn to her companion.
Mira has, like, she jumped in her seat as you, like, came tumbling forward towards them. And now she's trying to sink in back in her chair, and she looks to you and she goes, right, my name's Mira. And you said your name, Farron?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's wonderful to meet you. And she extends a cold, slim hand out.
So
And you'll
I
notice
will.
that her hand, like, she's short, but she just seems kind of long, like, in her figure. Like, a
Okay.
little lanky, a little too, like, maybe a little uncannily long.
Okay, duly noted. Writing that down in my notes. I will remember that.
Also, out of curiosity, what's your passive perception?
Okay, how do I figure that out again?
10 plus your perception modifier, I want to say.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes. Which is your
So,
wisdom.
which is my wisdom, so it would just be a 14 right now.
Okay, so like you would definitely notice one of her eyes is like going milky.
Okay, I wouldn't
also-
comment on it.
Also,
But-
like you can see, like even though she's got her hood kind of like pulled up around her face, you can see poking out throughout her fringe. She has like this kind of strange-looking, maybe like a birthmark, kind of on the sides of her temples.
Okay. All right. What the hell was I going to say? I forget how I was going to say. Oh, yes. So, I don't mean to appear nosy or anything, but let's just say I have very good hearing, and I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with the gentleman who just took his leave not long ago. You've been hired to find and fight werewolves? Is that true?
Oh,
She's just got this big smile on her face and this glint of excitement in her eyes.
Mira
So
looks to
cute.
Lucia in a panic because this was supposed to be a secret and like private.
She's looking at you for the same reason.
Don't worry,
Neither of us know how to handle this.
Don't worry, I won't say anything if you don't want me to. However, I did happen to hear him say that it might not be a bad idea to find people to help you, and I'm always a sucker for a good adventure, and I would love to potentially, I just met a group of adventurers myself, and I was thinking, what if we joined up with you and we did this together?
You want to go fighting werewolves?
Why on earth not? I'm fascinated with any creature that I could learn about.
And at this whole time, Mira's just looking back and forth from Farron to Lucia because she has no idea.
Yeah,
what the fuck to do.
Lucia's like trying to study them in their head right now.
I think,
is very
she's
cute.
got a charisma of either a 10 or 11. She's not charismatic. She's very aloof.
Have
She
you
does
ever-
not know how to properly interact with people.
Oh, have you ever fought a werewolf, Miss Farron?
Have you ever fought before?
No, but I've read a lot about them. And I'd love to see one up close and to get a chance to fight one. And and it's not just for that. That makes me sound a little bit selfish. I did happen to overhear about the kidnapping of children, and that hurt me to hear. And if I could help stop that in any way, well, I would love to.
Oh, you heard all of it. And Mira looks over to Lucia and she kind of leans in a little. Like, this isn't. She's trying to whisper, but obviously it can be heard. She goes, "Were we being too loud?"
I don't think he was being quiet.
Oh.
No, don't worry. You weren't being loud at all.
Yeah.
I just have really good hearing.
Well, like my friend here mentioned, have you ever fought anything before?
Oh, I fought lots of things, just not werewolves.
And she's looking to Lucia and just kind of gesturing around, like,
She like looks in the bag. There's several things here that we don't know how to use. So it might be
Right.
useful to have someone that could.
That's an awful
We have to
good
use-
point.
We have to use the equipment we have to the best we can. I don't know how to use a sword.
Well, I could teach you that, first of all, but I guess he did mention that
Yes,
this
but
might be quite the
mechanically we're
journey.
level 1, so we have to have someone that already is
Well, you see,
proficient.
once we get to level 2, I might be able to show you a thing or two.
I'm going to kill you people.
What? How long is this conversation happening? Like, will we be kind of like maybe getting a little restless here?
Yeah,
Well,
everyone's
I'm
got their
not
heads
that
turned.
far away. You're gonna see that.
She's
Oh
literally
yeah. By the
2
way,
feet from
I
you.
wanted to say that when
I'm-
I was crawling over Ark and you said don't forget about your contract, I wanted to say, remember, I didn't sign a contract. I said I would help you, but I don't want to be bound to you.
Yeah, retcon that, my friend. You cannot retcon that.
No,
I'm
she
kidding.
made that clear from the start.
No, she made that clear. I'm saying the fact that she said it, she can't
Yeah.
throw it. No, but also he knows that. He's just saying it anyway.
Oh,
I'm also
She doesn't
guessing
say
we're
it angrily.
having.
She's just like, remember.
I'm also assuming that like the conversation we were having is going on in tandem to this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was thinking. Like when you were when you rolled that beautiful natural 20.
Right. I'm just sort of out of character trying to find a way to like mash everyone together
That's
We're
what
working
I'm
on
doing.
that.
That's
We're
what I'm
working
doing.
on
I'm working
that.
on it.
Alright,
I'm working on it
Mira-
with my wonderful charismatic abilities.
Mira gestures over to Lucy and she goes, "Well, I don't think they'd have a problem with us having more allies. It might be worth the investment."
We'll give it a try.
Really? Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy. Would you like to meet my new friends?
Sure.
Sure.
Mira's the better talker, though, so introduce her first.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but we can give it a try.
Pull up some chairs, why don't you?
So, yeah, she will wait until they stand and she will help turn the chairs around and then face
Yes.
back to her friends and say, "Guys, I made new friends. 2 of them. And I'd really like you to meet them. They seem like wonderful people. I just know it.
Have a better feeling about this group, do we?
A much better feeling about these 2, yes." Does anybody say anything up to this?
Yeah, Mira
I'm
just kind of shyly scoots her chair up, I guess.
Hello.
I'll introduce them. So this is my new friend Mira, and this is my new friend. Is it Lucia or Lucia?
Lucia.
Lucia. And this is my new friend Lucia.
Lucia Promisio.
Elizabeth
Hello.
pipes up and says, "It's a pleasure to meet both of you. We're in good company, I can already tell." And then Rolf pipes up and says, "Good enough, I suppose."
It's
Rolf, behave yourself, damn it.
Begging your pardon, my lord.
Very well.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, Lobrin Broken Gulf, at your esteemed pleasure, I'm sure.
Well, it's
And
a
hello.
Yeah, totally.
it's a pleasure to make your old acquaintance. My name's Mira, Mira
It's
Lamb.
definitely an experience to make your acquaintance.
Oh, you
Can
say
I
that.
whisper it? Can I whisper in your ear and say, "Is it okay if I tell them about the job? Or should I not tell them?"
Maybe not here.
What are you whispering about over there?
It's just girl talk. Leave me alone.
Maybe not here.
Can I roll perception again?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, roll perception.
Roll another
perception.
fucking natural 20 on perception.
If I roll another nat 20, I think I'm gonna finish the rest of this whiskey.
We level up.
We
Higher-
immediately
higher
You don't see it because he's got a helmet, but he's actually got like some freaking megaphones in his ears.
Oh!
Never mind,
Take it
I
away.
did not.
Bro,
And
nat 1
two
and
was-
2 nat 20s.
Yes, he's getting both ends of the
Both ends of
die.
This man is Ark is a Mr. 180. You don't hear a damn
Or
thing,
nothing.
dude.
So it really depends on where people are. If they're in a certain position, my helmet like amplifies and echoes it. But if they're in another position, it cancels out all noise entirely.
cancels.
So it really is just depending on what way I'm facing.
Yeah, but
Ark
but
is
this time,
overstimmed and can't focus on the conversation.
Bruno are at this point marginally tipsy, as the bar maiden is not providing ale fast enough, but thankfully he's got a little flask in his tunic that he's pulled out and is already taking sips from, and you can tell because he's got quite the rosy complexion on his cheeks. And he says, "Oh, it's good to see, Ollie. We just got an interesting letter."
You got a
Yes. Well, let me introduce my companions. This is Bruno, the Master at Arms and Drunkard.
Bruno, Master at Arms, yes.
yes, he
That's your service.
just cleans the weaponry.
to meet
Then
you.
this is Elizabeth, the wonderful scribe chronicling the adventures of.
She bows her head to you too.
And this is Rolf. He sort of handles the money.
He gives you a chest salute.
And I'm Lobrin, as you already know.
Yes, I believe you mentioned.
Right.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. Perhaps,
name is-
Oh, sorry.
My name is Ark, short for Arcadius. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Arcadius.
For Arcade Fire, I'm gonna put that in the recap.
Oh my god, I used to listen to them in middle school.
Short for Arc, the distance between a 1 and a 20 on a dice.
Oh, my computer turned off.
Oh no!
No.
Hold on, I got it. We're good, we're back.
Excellent. Well, like I mentioned, my name is Mira Lam. I'm here with my my friend here, Lucia. What brings you all to the area?
Well, I think we're all just traveling adventurers, and if you guys don't mind, I'd like to get their opinion on this message that we received. Can I show her? And she's gonna look at Ark and Lobran.
Hold on! And he's gonna put up both of his hands up in the air, like somebody were kind of sticking him up or something like that almost. And he's gonna go, I don't think we should go sharing this sort of hint with just anyone. We need to make sure we can trust these other two. Rolf,
Do you mind if
get
Well, I
the
trust
contracts! Get the contracts, Rolf!
do you mind if I see that note again real quick?
Of course! And I hand it right to them.
As that's happening, Rolf's gonna take out the contracts of 1 gold as he rolls his eyes and hand them to
Oh my god, Rolf.
each.
He will push
each of
away
them.
the contract. I am
Ark
sworn
not
to
paying
Lathander.
attention.
I apologize.
Not paying
Aaron's gonna go,
attention.
don't worry, you don't have to sign anything. I didn't.
Ark, not paying attention to any of this, is going to hand both Mira and what is my name? Oh,
Lucia.
and
Hello.
Lucia.
Lucia.
The note that we received.
Thank you, Ark.
So the contracts probably arrive at the same time. You said you're sworn to Lathander. Can I roll for that? Like, do I recognize that name, Lathander, at all?
I feel like everyone would know Lysander.
Do you know
Derek?
Jesus?
Sorry?
That was a question for you.
Oh, could you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yes, I can. Lucia projected the contract offer and said that she's already sworn to Lathander. So I was just asking, can I roll to see like how familiar that name sounds to me?
You may.
Like, just to recall it with my -1 religion.
I wanna say
Minus
to-
1?
Oh, Jesus.
That's a nat 20!
Nat 20 minus 1!
Nat 20.
A lot of that 20s tonight.
Holy
I
shit,
know,
guys.
jeez.
Yeah, we've been rolling pretty hot.
I'm waiting for you to roll like a nat 1 on something and then get it taken down to 0.
Here's the thing. You said Lysander?
Lathander.
Lathander. I was
God.
gonna, it's like Lysander.
I'm just
Yes.
trying to recall what I know
So
about.
you know that he is a greater god of Faerun who is lawful good, associated with renewal, spring, and youth, as well as athletics and self-perfection, vitality, and creativity. The Morning Lord, otherwise called.
Yes, the Morning Lord, as he's otherwise called.
Yeah,
I respect that faith. I respect it, I say.
Did
Oh,
Ark
hello.
hand Mira the scroll that I was wanting to share with them?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. I wanted to look at her and say, read that and tell me you just don't get a weird, icky feeling in your gut. There's something off about it. This man came up to us out of the blue.
Would you like me to recount the letter to you two who may not have heard it?
Yes.
Can I try a religion check on the symbol?
You may.
Here
And,
we go, my first roll. I only
Hit
got
it,
a 1 on
hit it,
these.
Lucia. Get it, girl.
How do I... Do I grab the dice and then...
And
there
then
we
you
go.
throw
Yeah,
it.
and
And
you
you
throw
cast
it.
it like a spell, you do.
Oh my god!
Well, you know
What is
what?
going
Get it out of
on?
the way. Get it out of the
That
way
was
early.
almost
Get
a
it out of the way
16,
early.
though.
Are the
Well,
sliders
naturally-
like? Can you
Okay.
only
We gotta
roll
start
20 or-
rolling
Are these
outside
dice
of-
weighted?
Start rolling them outside of the tavern on like a flat surface, because like
yeah, we
they'll
gotta
get
start throwing them outside.
they'll get caught on shit.
That
Like you
sigil-
almost had a 16, and then the table fucked it up.
The secrets of that seal are not making themselves known to you or anybody else at this table.
Before Mira glances at the other scroll that was handed, she's going to briefly glance the contract and then hand it back and say, I'm sorry to say that I'm actually already on contract with me as a person forgot what they're called.
Pretty fast fair.
The Freddy Fazbear's.
Freddy Fazbear.
The Harpers!
I'm already on contract actually with the Harpers.
Harpers. Oh, the Harpers are a good lot. Sure. I think that perhaps, well, we can make a
Lobren,
sort of
can I get a history roll to see if you even know they're a secret organization? Can I get a history check?
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Lover just
Oh, the
sitting at a
But
But they're
desk.
so well known in Baldur's Gate.
You could also
He's
be
just
bluffing.
making shit up to here too.
It could be.
he's just
It could be bluffing.
Yeah, he
And
could
it's
be,
it's fine if
exactly.
you're bluffing. This is just to see if you actually know
If
about
I
them.
actually do know them.
Yeah.
I do not.
But you say yes, the Hopper's a good
Yes,
organization.
yes,
Yeah,
of course. Them. He's gonna like glance at Rolf, like, do you fucking know? Like, give that kind of look, like.
Rolf, he casts you a stony gaze and then looks back to his cup that he hasn't touched.
Yes. So you two have capabilities as fighters, adventurers, so to speak.
He's referring to Lucia and Mira when he says.
Give her a minute to read the scroll.
Oh, do you want me to read that to you? All right, I'll do it.
Can you surmise?
The letter says as follows: Hail thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Koliana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that I have for thee to come, and thy fellows, if thou shalt but answer this desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand.
Real quick, Mariah, Derek's echoing through your mic again.
No.
What? I don't even have the stream open anymore. I closed
Maybe-
out of it
It
so
must
that
be
he
from Discord.
Maybe you should do like push to talk or something if that's the case.
Well, no, we'll figure it out. I don't know
It's
why
fine.
it's
It's
echoing.
If
I don't think it's.
I find the best way to solve that is to eat your microphone.
Oh, okay. I'll just
You're
do
so
that.
right.
Nom 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 nom
You
nom
are
nom.
so right, Oogie.
So
Pookie moment.
So Mira, she kind of holds it in between herself and Lucia so they can both read it at the same time. And after she scans through it, she looks to Lucia and goes, well, this sounds like another issue we've got going on. What do you make
One
of it?
at a time, I think, we should handle.
That's true, we're already on a job.
Rolf pipes up and says, "The strange man informed us that we should make our way west on the road about 10 miles. If that's not too far out of the way for you, maybe we could attend to this. and
We're
then sort
going
out
5 miles.
I don't remember where we're going.
10
We're
miles
going
west.
5.
Oh, we're
10
also going 10 miles west.
No way! We
No
should
way.
How
travel
about
together!
that?
Oh my god,
We
no
should
way!
travel together,
We can only
guys!
go
I
carpool.
cannot believe it.
We can carpool.
What if we helped you with your travels, which I definitely don't know what those are, and maybe afterwards, if we work really well together as a group, we could check out this.
It sounds
Oh.
reasonable.
I have no objections if that's alright with you.
Really?
No problem.
Oh, I knocked over my microphone, sorry.
No.
I thought you were just so
a
startled by my
explosion.
abrasiveness.
No, I fucking slapped it over.
I normally travel alone, but it'll be good to travel with a group for once.
Splendid, splendid, I say. This should be quite an adventure indeed. Write this down, Elizabeth. Write this down. I'm gonna need everyone's name for the chronicle, of course.
Oh, well, my name is Farron. You already know that.
Full name, full name. If you don't
Aaron-
mind.
Elgrove is my last name.
Very well.
And he'll look among everybody else.
My name is Arcadius. You can call me Ark.
Arcadius, what house do you hail from, Arcadius?
My house has been lost to the vestiges of time, I'm afraid. My last name is no consequence.
He's gonna lean over to Elizabeth and go, just make something up for the last name for that guy.
Yes, my lord. Arcadius Smith.
Smith, yes, with a Y though, with a Y. And you other two, the new faces.
And he'll gesture toward Mira and Lucia. I know you guys introduced yourselves already, but he has a short memory, so he wants to do it again.
Right, it's Mira Lamb.
He looks toward Lucia and reaches out his left hand like a name.
Jesus Christ.
Please, for the chronicle.
Begging your pardon, Sir. Elizabeth interrupts and says, I already got her name. I wrote it down here, see? And she shows you.
Yes, very good.
Lucia. Just Lucia, though. So I guess I'll write down.
Promisio.
She crosses out Jenkins and writes Promisio.
No, not Jenkins.
Very good, very good. This is going to be a merry adventure.
And it's around at this time that the first sunlight of dawn begins to eke through the windows.
Wow.
Damn, we've been up all night.
Yeah, it's you guys came in there pretty early in the morning.
Damn.
And the sunlight catches the mist in such a way that it begins to reveal how thick it is. The mist that hangs just inches away from the tree obscures the trunk. This stuff is thick.
It's just like Silent Hill.
Do you want to say with that, should we take our 10-minute break?
Let's take a 10-minute break.
10-minute break.
Okay, everybody take a
Another
pee
thing.
break, smoke break, whatever you gotta do. I've waited a long time to say that.
Now's the time to do it, Derek.
Yeah, baby. Pee break, smoke break, cocaine break. I don't care what you gotta do. You do it now.
Not cocaine break.
And I'll tell you one other thing. I'll tell you one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes!
No,
Oh.
we here at Roll for Your Lives do not condone the use
We
of
don't.
cocaine,
We
except
do
when
not
it's
condone
fucking
the use of
baller.
We don't
Do not
condone
listen to this.
cocaine. We
Do not
don't.
listen to the DM.
Especially when ketamine is so easy to get your hands
Brendan.
on.
Do not
No,
listen
not
to
the
the DM
cocaine
again.
again.
Just
We-
don't listen to him.
Drink the stuff under the sink. It'll get you nice
No.
and high
Alright,
for a good
glucose.
minute.
All right.
I'll go get one.
Okay, be
Kool-Aid.
right back.
I'll be right back,
5-10
guys.
minutes at max. We'll be nice and quick.
Okay,
I can
I'll be
make
right
Kool-Aid
back.
after this session.
So we're taking a nice, quiet 10-year break.
Condones the booger sugar.
You mean moon sugar from Skyrim?
I'll be real quick.
I'll be back.
What is going on?
So, like, what happens during these 10 minutes? Oh, my mic's still on. They can still hear me. Oh,
Don't ask questions. Just kidding, you can ask questions. Take a look at the chat. What's going on in the chat? What's going on, chat?
I return.
Hey, how
wait, you forgot
are
to
you?
mute mics on OBS. They can still hear us.
Oh yeah, no, we always stay going during break.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk during break with
I almost
We'll talk
revealed
to
like
the
all
chat.
my character spoilers.
Oh shit.
oh shit.
No. Did you guys hear about the potential sale of the D&D franchise from Hasbro?
Only
Yeah, it's a
one
10-cent.
article.
But I don't think it's true.
Who was it?
I hope it doesn't happen.
Well,
I really hope not.
I don't want
originally
D&D League of Legends. Actually, that'd go kind of hard.
Originally, they wanted to sell it to Larian Studios, apparently, but they didn't have
The article
capital
I
to
saw
buy
was
it.
Tencent.
That I'm
I
actually
think Larian
Larian.
is owned partially by Tencent.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's why they're ending up going with, or potentially going with Tencent, because they wanted to sell it to Larian, but Larian doesn't physically have enough capital to purchase D&D
Yeah.
at the price that Hasbro
Larian's
wants
a
to sell
game
it.
studio.
Which is kind of wild
it?
how much the D&D IP is worth.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back as
How
well,
much Hasbro
and I
mistreats
have
it?
some.
Love for you.
I have some ambiguous red liquid in a glass.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
I
you
have
really,
water.
fucked it up.
Bro's
It's-
drinking. He's just drinking blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're really getting into cavern.
I wanted to ask DM, what is the name of this inn that we were graced by its presence?
It's at the
This
top of the
inn
thing.
is called the Wind Wyvern. It's got a sign just outside that has a dragon with a round belly that's breathing bubbles instead of flame.
Oh.
Cute.
Also, making many characters in case of any of mine die for a new campaign. I feel that, Zacher.
And it's good to have a whole drive full in my
A
experience.
compendium.
I have an
Don't-
ongoing
don't
list
get
of
too
over
attached.
500.
500. Oh, Humi!
Homie, baby boy!
Welcome back, my boy. Sponge boy, me Bob.
Sponge boy me Bob.
Sponge boy me.
Sponge boy, me Bob.
Sponge boy, me Bob.
It looks as though has everyone returned?
Yes.
We still have 10 minutes, don't we?
In
Sure,
body,
like
but
five.
not in spirit. In body, but not in spirit.
I see.
Not yet. The spirit.
I have a certain. I know better than to set specific milestones, but I would like to at least get so far before we end the session.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
We got time still.
Oh yeah.
I'll call out of work to do Strahd till
Oh my
3 a.m.
God.
I'll do it.
Yeah, baby.
Can you imagine?
Honestly, I would love an excuse to call out of work tomorrow, but I cannot.
Strahd busts in the door and says, "Whose neck do you got a bite to get a drink around here?"
Turns into like a sitcom campaign.
He turns into a fucking
back
calling
Jerry
it now.
Seinfeld stand-up.
Strahd is Freddy Fazbear.
Yes.
This guy looks like a pain in the neck. Curse of Strahd is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
I would
I
really,
want to
really.
suck your dick. I mean blood.
Oh.
What, Derek,
That
I
is a
still-
vine for those people in the audience.
I still
ahead.
must ask that at some point when we encounter Strahd, you must use the Count from Sesame Street as the voice base for Strahd.
Five adventurers in my lair.
Maybe like on a
Or
do that.
One.
Now
One
only
adventure
two.
remaining in my
forget
life.
about Strahd. Time to just go on a bar crawl around Ravenloft.
That would be
Hey,
great. I feel like
Chibata
Strahd,
boy.
if he pitched it right, Strahd would be a really good friend.
He'd be a good drinking
Maybe.
buddy.
We need to do like a homebrew where you befriend Strahd instead, and there's like another evil like.
I feel like he'd really, come out of his shell a little if you got him drunk enough, and maybe he'd be
Yeah.
a little nicer and not kill you.
You know,
So,
Greg
what
is
do you-
right. This technically is in front of a live studio audience.
You go on
It
you go on a bar crawl to a montage set to a Wham's Jitterbug.
So, Derek, what are you going to do at the end of this when instead of fighting Strahd at all, we somehow persuasion our way into making Strahd a part of our adventure group?
I don't think anybody has charisma that high.
You know,
Like
you
this-
guys aren't bad.
Maybe if Humi was here, we could.
Maybe.
I actually have really good charisma.
Really? All right.
You're working on an Owlin Soul Knife rogue? That sounds sick.
That does sound really cool, actually. I like Owlins a lot.
That's cool.
I love Owlins.
Owlins are good friends.
Wait, what the fuck's an
Road, baby.
Owlin?
An Owlin's like a little owl person.
From
Oh,
Veil Beyond
this
the it's Witchlight.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
this-
it was a race introduced in Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Oh, okay. Good. Just a real quick thing, just for the audience. I am playing the sweetest, most shy cleric you'll ever meet, but outside of that, if you go to just if I'm talking out of character or on my own streams, I will swear all the fucking time. I just want people to get ready for that duality.
No swearing allowed here. You, if you swear even once, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Watch
swear
your
to Christ.
fucking mouth. There's children.
Kumi is literally a 5-year-old boy. Okay.
No.
So you can't swear
Wow.
in front of him.
You know what? I'm veil on. I redeemed. Figure it out, Winnie.
Oh, I don't.
figure that out.
Just impose a black bar over Aldrin's eyes real quick. All right. Without any objections, if you guys are ready to get back to this old little
We said
I
this is
have
canon
12.
now.
Also, Ciabatta Boy said that he likes the idea of doing a gender-bent Strahd game.
That would actually be really
if,
cool.
If Strahd's a woman, my character's going evil. I do not make the rules.
If Strahd's a woman, my character is going to try and their hardest to fuck
Strahd's
Strahd.
already incredibly fuckable,
I'm gonna
alright?
figure this
Doesn't
out.
matter what you do with it.
Strahd
I
will
was gonna
be
say,
more
Mariah, I feel
fuckable
like you're
with-
gonna try to fuck Strahd regardless.
Why is it a yellow bar?
Hold on, I'm cooking here. I'm working on the veil.
I didn't even know you could do this.
Oh, okay. Hey, Winnie.
Yeah.
Veil off.
Oh my fucking god!
Veil on. Fucking veil off.
Veil off.
There
You don't want to know what's happening behind that black bar.
Yeah, dude, he's
Criminal.
making some facial expressions that you couldn't even comprehend with a mortal
There
eye.
you
You
go.
can't put that on TV.
Alright, do you guys want to
Alright,
resume?
alright.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, so this merry band had just made acquaintances and agreed to help each other out. They're going in the same place. They're going to carpool. It's really economical when it comes to gas prices these days.
That's exactly what Farron was
Yeah,
thinking. The
carpool.
reasoning behind all of this is just to save gas money.
That's right.
In this economy?
At this point in the day, the sun is just peeking out. It's not quite the golden hour of dawn, but it's close. That said, it's still pretty dark just by merit of the amount of fog that's around the tavern. At this point, several of the patrons have gone upstairs to their bedrooms in this respective inn. Been wined enough in the wine tavern, leaving you and only a handful of others. It's been a while since anyone's walked through the door. It's about the hour that most people would either crash after a long night of merrymaking or make their way about a new day.
Well, shall we get those, on the road?
Sure.
I drank too much and now I'm, losing my accent. Give me a minute.
You're doing a
Oh, I thought you meant
fine
like your
job there.
I thought you meant your character drank
She
too much.
says that
or
in
something.
character.
Yeah, she says that in character.
This is what my real voice sounds like.
This is what a real mustache looks like. I don't know why I thought of that.
Oh, that's
She
good.
drinks too much and she starts talking like this.
Oh, wow. Have
Oh,
another
are you ready to hunt some werewolves?
Oh my god. Okay. So at this point, you also notice that the tavern keeper at this point, the dwarven lady, is kind of leaning up against the bar with fewer people less to serve. She looks like she's well worn as well.
I bet. Farron will walk up to her and hand her the gold piece that her new friend Lobrin gave to her and say, "Here, this is for you."
She takes it and gives a little bit of a nod to Farron and says, "Why, that's mighty sweet of you, lass, but that friend of yours was so generous, paid my entire patronage for the whole night. I should be celebrating, but these bones don't settle quite like they used to."
I'm sure he paid you dearly or handsomely, excuse me, but you work so hard you deserve more, so I just wanted to give you that.
She clasps her hands together and looks at you earnestly and says, "Thank you, lass. Not everyone notices, but it means a
I
lot."
notice, don't you worry.
And then
Reminder to tip your servers.
She
Yes.
takes she reaches underneath the bar, takes out a small little glass, and a finely wax sealed glass bottle that she opens, pours it with amber liquid, and then gives it to you. Gives a nod and says, "That's no charge."
Thank you so much. And with that, Farron will down it as she walks back to her friends.
It's smooth. It burns, but it's smooth. And oh boy, the flavor. The flavor. It tastes delicious.
Wonderful.
Some sort of fine bourbon.
The flavor.
Nice.
Hydrate.
Hey, thank you for the hydrate sippy, because I need it.
Yeah, Lord knows.
Great tippy.
Okay. So Rolf kind of pipes up a little bit and he says, "Well, a new day before us, my lord, and a new mission at that. Shall we make our way?"
A damn grand, good mission with good company, I say, Rolf. Let us make. And he's gonna usher like the group out of the table and probably be like helping Brunor a little, because I don't know if Brunor's gonna be able to like walk super well.
So Rolf goes, yes, too right you are, my lord. And then he looks to the person opposite the table and immediately frowns.
Who's the person?
That was me.
Man, I'm dead.
That's me.
Oh! Okay, I'm up. I'm dead. Or I'm alive.
I'm alive
dead.
again.
I'm watching TV. I'm looking at you. Fuck you.
All right.
Yeah, what's going on? I
Alright,
can't
hold on.
move in a
Adventure.
straight line.
Oh my god,
Just for the
wait!
occasion.
We're going off the map. Hold up.
I can't stop moving in a straight line. I don't know what's going on.
I can't see. It's foggy.
Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Let's get this party going.
Let's get
I
it
will.
started.
Do I have light even in my spellbook?
The cantrip?
Most standard adventure packs or dungeoneering packs come with a torch.
You probably have a torch, but I'm sure clerics get the cantrip light, don't they?
I did not grab it.
Hey Derek,
Oh,
can you?
I have produce flame. I could use that to light our way.
I don't like Ark
I
is
have
off
produce
somewhere in
too.
the mist, and I can't bring him back.
Not to worry, we're gonna change maps anyway. So just to let you guys
Somewhere
know,
he got lost.
Oh no,
I-
he's
it
gone
would-
already!
For some
Something
reason,
in the mist.
I picked him
Arksmith?
up and started moving, and it just started carrying me in a straight line, and I couldn't do anything.
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't
It was
let
just.
go.
that's fine.
That's
fine,
kind of creepy, actually.
Don't worry too much about
That's
it.
funny as
So
fuck.
anyway, as you guys begin making your way along the west road, it's the most bizarre thing. You notice it as soon as you leave the tavern and step off of the stone stoop. The mist almost seems to part before you, leaving the path before you completely vacant, and yet on either side of the road you have almost a veritable wall of creeping and rolling mist that's cool, almost cold to the touch.
Uh-oh.
It has no odor, and it's thick and it's heavy. As you walk, the road parts just the same, reveals itself before you. It's not long before you find yourself in deep woods. Now, if I could have each of you go over to board Svalak Road.
May I also make a nature
wood.
check on that mist?
You sure can. Svalak
Oh,
Woods.
actually, also, while we're walking, can I roll survival to track werewolves?
You may.
Can I get that with advantage?
Svalish. Which one? The
Where's
Svalish?
nature?
Svalak Woods. Svalak Woods.
Smallish Woods?
Oh boy. It's just mist.
What is
Oh,
with
one.
the ones and 20s? Are the die like? Is there
This
a
is
thing
this
that's not-
honestly this is
like-
actually kind of crazy.
I'm kind
That's
of
the first
Oh,
one
hold
I've
on,
rolled,
let me
but
try survival.
yeah, see if you can
Oh,
find
yeah.
the werewolves.
If it's
Ah,
a 20, we
I have a
do-
character named
One of
Hyas,
them's
so
a
they're going to
one!
refer to me.
Oh my god!
Well, the best one is a 10, so...
Is dice
I
very
am
ability? Like,
not moving.
Where are
correct.
you?
I'm still on the old map.
Oh,
I
there you are.
also have
so-
good survival. I could
So do me
try,
a favor,
but I wouldn't know
do me a
anything.
favor, Lucia, and hit the spacebar. And what I'm going to have you do is at the top left, you'll see a tab that says boards. From boards,
Yes.
you'll see a number of tabs. Please click the orange arrow to the right of the tab that says Svalak Woods.
There we go.
I don't know why it's SH. It's actually spelled CH in the books. I must have messed that up. My mistake.
Did you make all these maps?
I imported quite a bit of them, but some of them I made.
They're really good.
Thank you.
Is it?
Name the
Can I
source. What
roll
was it?
survival?
I
I'm not-
use when I'm importing a structure like that tavern we just used, I use Tales Bazaar.
Oh.
Something in the mist.
So, Derek, I rolled a 10 for survival. The first one was a 1.
Boy,
Here's the
I can
thing:
try.
you don't know a darn thing about these mists, other than the fact that they.
I was tracking
sleep-
werewolves.
Oh, tracking
I'm
werewolves. A
splashing in
10?
the puddle.
A 10 plus what?
That's it. It was a 6 plus 4.
You
I'm
There's a
finding tracks.
What I'll say, for a brief moment, you find paw prints, but you only find them individually, and then they lead past a series of what looks to be almost like marsh-like peat soil, and you lose them completely. Only
Yes,
the
peat
road
soil.
Only a road to follow.
With
So
my
I'll ask, what is
experience,
the
like,
thing we're
growing-
jumping in?
With my experience
fun.
growing up in the forest and I do have good survival. Would I be able to potentially roll to see if I can get a better glimpse at where maybe they lead?
Please roll survival.
Okay.
Can I
Could
help?
I ask Ark and Lucia to turn around so I can take a cool picture?
Roll survival with
Oh, are we looking the wrong way?
Oh my
advantage because Ark is helping you.
Oh, okay.
Can
One
you
more
try-
survival.
I'm
just
working
gonna-
on it, I'm working on it, I'm
take
working on it.
RP, just say they're behind me.
Ugh,
Oh,
I
my
got a
lord.
10 as well.
As soon as we left the tavern, we're hungover.
We're just rolling terribly. I'm taking a screenshot too. Sorry, I tried to help Mira.
Well,
Whoa, who the fuck is that?
That's Rolf. That's Rolf.
That's Strahd.
what?
It's
It's not
Strahd!
Strahd. It's not Strahd.
Roll it
Kill
all
him.
up.
Ralphie
Kill him!
boy.
Kill it with fire!
No.
Kill it with produced flame.
See, you got burning hands, right? Kill him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are.
I don't have burning hands yet,
My
guys.
God,
I'm
the
only
light
level
I
one.
smite you.
Let's see.
So-
For this guy, I'm rolling a longbow attack.
What was
Why is-
what was your survival roll, Farron?
Oh, it was the same
10.
as same as Mira's. It was only a 10.
So you see some
I
individual
thought you rolled a
prints.
1.
I rolled with advantage because Ark was helping me.
You see some individual prints. It's clear that werewolves have been around here at some point or another, but they don't seem to lead you to any further prints. There's nothing to track here. Only evidence that they've been here.
Interesting.
Why is Zach's friend in a tree? Why is
he
Why
got
is
you
the dwarf in the tree?
Sorry, I didn't realize
He's
he was in-
drunkenly climbing trees at this point.
Oh, I'm having a great time, my lord.
He thinks
Sorry.
he can see over the fog if he climbs a tree.
Okay. Anyway. So as you guys follow along this western path, a few hours now, it's close to give or take around, I would say 10, 11 o'clock. And yet the mists wouldn't have you believe it. It's perpetually somewhat shady. The only thing that's clear of these mists is the path, give or take about 30 feet in a radius around you. They seem to part and separate around you in almost a magical fashion. And yet at either side, you're encased. Black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist. Go ahead.
Oh dear.
These mists don't seem natural. I've traveled a lot, but I've never seen something quite like this. And he gestures
Seems
his
scary.
hand out.
It is quite interesting. And I don't know about these black pools of water. They've got What are they?
I jump up and down in one.
Oh my god!
I will like step back before I'm splashed.
Ark, no!
And what's with this? This is a skeleton.
I mean, if you're over here and I'm...
He's the
No,
sheriff.
Can I
I
peer
don't
in?
actually
Does this look like a
jump it, but
natural
I-
water?
Can I? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. I guess you
I
could
was
jump
saying
this puddle. I'm
I
so
don't
scared
actually
for you.
jump in it, but I do take my sword out and I just check the depth by putting it in a little bit.
Mhm.
See how deep it goes.
So as you guys, your range of view is incredibly limited here, but as you progress, an hour, 2 hours, it seems uneventful at most. The woods have their ambiance of crickets, of frogs. It's something of similar to a very like moist peat moss kind of forest, almost boreal. As you walk, you notice. Which one of you has the highest passive perception? Can I get a report?
I got a
Oh,
14.
Let me find my sheet.
I have
a 0.
It's 10 plus your modifier, which would be 4, and that's it, right?
Mhm.
My passive is a
Wait.
16.
It's the modifier and
Oh, wait a minute.
Is it
and
plus your-
proficiency if you have proficiency in.
Oh, I am proficient in it. So then I would have a 16.
Perception. I have 13.
I have a 10.
Good. Farron, you notice it before anyone else does. On the road before you, as the mists part before you, and almost like Noah and the Red Sea kind of a thing, there are 2 tents that look, based on the pristineness of their white sheets.
I just gotta interrupt you and let you know who's Moses, not Noah.
Yeah, Noah. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, Me and my Bible study are a little bit behind. Sorry about that.
You've never seen The Prince of Egypt? Come on.
I love
If
that
Noah
movie.
could do that shit, he probably wouldn't need the boat. Anyway,
Come on.
uh,
Okay, turn around. There we go.
you see 2 tents, a put-out fire, and a couple of abandoned wagons. There don't appear to be any people around them. But at the same time, it doesn't look like people have been away from there very long.
Interesting.
Oh
Down
dear.
this way?
Are there signs of like?
So
a
I relay that
fire?
to the group.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Try to remember to position your minis, y'all.
The other
Oh,
thing you
you're
notice
right.
is that though there are swarms of birds and flocks that'll fly here and there is one particularly large raven that perches in the tree behind you. And any time you progress further, it hops from one tree to another. And just kind of in that avian way where the really jerky head just kind of like cocks its head down at you, keeping one eye on you at all times.
I'm gonna approach the raven and go, "Hello, friend."
It's in a tree. It's high up, but
Oh, it's too high up. Damn
go-
it!
it's not too high up, but it's not like you can get too close to it. It's right here. See this guy?
Yes.
Can you ping?
Can
Oh, I
I?
see it.
No, but he
I
can
see
make
it, I
like
see it.
Yeah, like that.
Ah,
Jesus.
Holy moly!
it just
Can I-
sets off a nuke.
I want to say
raven
hello
with
and
a
see what the crow does.
So okay, go do me a favor and roll animal handling.
Okay.
It's a raven, by the way. It's
Oh, a
very,
raven.
It's very big.
My apologies. That is an 18.
So it hops from the peak of the tree to one branch lower, cocks its head at you again, and does a kind of a click of its beak and goes. It almost seems curious of you, but doesn't come any closer and keeps an eye on all of you.
I'm gonna say, friend, do you know the way through these woods?
It hops on a branch lower, only a branch lower, give or take about 15 feet above you now, and then in your voice perfectly says, "Friend, friend," but nothing else.
Oh.
Is this
Hey, would you
thing?
look at that?
Is this thing very big?
It's
It's,
a raven.
It's a large raven. Ravens can get big, but this is large even for a raven.
No, I'm thinking.
Like almost
So it's like
dire.
vulture size?
Thinking 10
No, not quite vulture sized. It's big. It's big.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say the
Bald
size
eagle?
Of yeah, about the size of a bald eagle. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
It's huge.
That's
It's-
fucking terrifying, actually.
That's
That's like
like
a dude-sized eagle.
Jesus.
Ravens
Aside-
themselves can get very big. A lot of people don't realize.
they-
Mothman.
Does this bird have anything on it? Like, is it have like anything unnatural on it? Like,
Yeah, like, can I, since I'm close up to it, like, aside from it repeating, I mean, that's not that abnormal. Ravens can,
Ravens can mimic all corvids.
yeah,
can.
they can mimic. Do I see anything abnormal of it, or is it just like a regular old raven?
Doesn't look like. Well, just based on your passive perception, it doesn't look like there's anything abnormal about it. It's just a raven, very intelligent in its eyes and the way it cocks its head at you and the way it
Yeah.
mimics. But
Why would you
It's-
look at that? It's quite the large bird you've made a friend of.
I hope you'd
Well-
like to be my friend. Would you like to come with us? Would you like to travel with us? I have snacks. I know he probably doesn't understand what I'm saying, so out of my side pouch, I'll pull out some berries that I had foraged earlier and see if that does anything.
It cocks its head a few times, but doesn't come any lower.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
I'll just keep an eye on him if I can, if he keeps following us.
Mm-hmm.
While the rest of the group is busy with the raven, Ark is gonna forge ahead towards the campsite and peek his head in to investigate.
Okay. Go ahead and do me a favor and roll investigation.
And while he does that, he's gonna go, "Hello, is anyone here?"
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Is that the raven or?
Freddy Fazbear.
Okay.
Very nice.
I was hoping for
Oh,
either a 1
really
or 20
convincing
again.
bird sound. Whoever made that.
Okay. So, looking around, you find that there are some basic camping provisions. It looks like there's some basic rations, some dried meats and whatnot around the fire. The bedrolls are still rolled out. There's no horses at the wagons, but it looks like whoever was here either left quickly or something happened. It's hard to say. They couldn't have
Maybe
been
they
gone
went
for
out
more
to
than,
get firewood or something.
they couldn't have been gone for more than a handful of hours because
You
there's
guys-
still some coals under the ashes.
Huh.
You guys said there were werewolves in these woods. Any chance they may have gone after the group that was here?
I
All
guess
possible.
Wouldn't we see signs of a fight?
maybe
Quick,
we
look for
should,
hair.
take a look around.
Yeah, I'm gonna like start investigating the area, see if there's any like signs of a struggle or.
May I also roll investigation?
Both of you roll investigation, or one of
I
you roll
will.
investigation
I will
with
help
advantage.
Mira
Okay.
because
Mira,
I have a
roll-
-1. So
Roll survival
shit.
with advantage, please.
A survival or investigation?
Survival with advantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
I would probably
You
get
got
the
it.
advantage anyway. Okay,
Oh!
I'll take the 21.
Thank God.
Okay. Around this area, you see those same large wolf prints begin to take place again, but not just in a standard trot the way you've seen them prior. Around here, they circle for some time, but there's also closer to the tents the scrape mark of claws. If you look closer, you'll notice that one of the tents was opened so abruptly that the sheets were torn. It looks as though there could have been a bit of a struggle here, or at the very least, pursuit.
I've got some bad news, everyone. There's signs here of those very same werewolves that we were been told of.
Oh no.
It's likely whoever was here didn't make it, or they've been chased away.
I guess
Are there
the
any
only-
signs of footprints leading away from the camp at all, or not really?
Can I have you roll survival?
Would anyone like to help?
I'll help him next to you.
Lubrin will help.
Yes, my boy, you've got this.
Oh,
I'm
very
gonna give
good.
him a little. I'm gonna give him a little slap on the back and say, "Let's keep an eye out."
Oh, wait! I'm gonna walk up to Ark, and I'm going to.
It's too late. You can't guidance once he's started.
Fuck!
He rolled one.
16.
see, that's
16.
not
Okay,
bad.
pretty good. All right, Ark. With your keen eyes, a few feet into the woods, away from this little clearing for the campsite, you notice that there are booted footprints that lead from the camp into the woods. And then they stop abruptly, and what you notice is a dried patch of blood against the trunk of a tree and along the soil. The boot prints become straight lines dragged into the soil before they disappear entirely, leaving only wolf prints behind.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say whoever was here likely didn't make it.
I like thunder. And he's only saying that because he just heard Lathander's name recently.
Oh my
So
God.
Quentin redeemed group potions game.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
my
again!
Time to
Oh.
down my ambiguous red liquid.
Time for you to finish this entire can of Pepsi.
Mm.
Yeah.
Derek, don't lie. You are drinking blood. Just admit it.
This entire time, I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of it, but it tastes so good. I love the taste of pennies.
Ugh.
Yikers.
Oh man, I had something smoother.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So what do you guys do now? Do you continue on, or do you continue investigating?
Perhaps we should head back to the others and not dilly-dally here.
Mira will look to Lucia and goes, we were tasked to take care of these werewolves. Do you think they're here, or are they farther along like we were told to go?
It might be best to go to the town first and see what the locals have to say. They might have information about maybe where these creatures bed down for the night, or where they're coming and going from.
Okay.
I was not asking you, Ark. I was asking Lucia.
Oh,
Damn it,
sorry,
Ark, and you're
sorry.
kids.
Say it again. I was invested in like you were asking them, and then they said that, and I lost the entire train of thought.
Oh, I was just asking, since we were tasked to take care of these werewolves, if we should investigate here or if we should press forward like we were instructed to go.
Huh? Wouldn't hurt to check here for a moment.
Seems like whatever was here is long gone. But you're welcome to have a look around. I will wait for all of you, of course.
Faerun is gonna.
I'd say it doesn't hurt to look around.
Can I grab some of their like food for us, since they're dead and they don't really need it anymore?
Whoa!
Oberon's gonna go over here and just talk to his
Are
compatriot.
we really gonna be that quick to loot them?
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. All right, I won't.
I mean,
won't.
they're not using it.
I know
they
that's
won't
my
use it.
logic behind it, but it's fucked up.
It's literally the will of the woods.
Welcome to
survival of the
Barovia,
fittest.
motherfuckers.
Is that Ark saying this, or is that Andy saying this?
That's
This is-
me saying this. Like, don't let other people sway what your character
Yeah,
would do.
I will abstain from taking stuff.
Yeah,
I
I will
respect
not
it.
take things, but
Whatever
I will
your
look around.
decision, if it's in character, I respect it.
I mean, Faerun's pretty good at that's more Mariah. I don't think Faerun would do it. That's more Mariah being like, "Ooh, we should take this. That's going to be good camp supplies." But I think Faerun would just trust in her instincts to. I mean, she has food. She has some coin. She's very good at foraging. I think she'd leave it.
Good
That's
for
just,
you.
That's
I
just
respect
me
that.
wanting it.
Good introspection there.
Oh.
You
That's
know
just
what,
bad.
Mariah? For really thinking critically about your character's motivation rather than yours, and taking the time to take one inspiration, put it in your pocket.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Yes.
First inspiration of the campaign.
Thank you.
Does this mean we're not doing a player and community inspiration?
That's DM inspiration. You can still
Oh,
be playing
thank you.
inspiration as you want.
I appreciate that.
Of course. So, you guys continue on the road then, am I correct?
Yeah. I just missed. I'm sorry. I had to step away for a minute, and I missed the DM giving inspo to. It sounded like Faerun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What happened?
She was at first she was thinking to take the loot the tent, but then she was like, you know what, that's Mariah talking. Faerun wouldn't do that, and I rewarded that because it's critical thinking about your character. I think that's
Very good. Very good.
I think Faerun would turn to Mira though and say, "You seem to be really good at tracking. Perhaps you should lead the group."
I can give it my best effort.
I believe in you. And she will. No, I can't do that. I'm gonna wait.
We're a
until
very positive group. I cannot wait for our sanity to be tested. when we
right?
arrive.
I know you're bringing a little bit of sunlight into the
No,
dark.
if anything, I might want to advise us all to maybe take out our arms going forward. It seems like we're getting into dangerous territory.
Lucy will crouch down and she will pull out a mace from her backpack.
She's strapped.
I'll stomp my
Oh, shit,
my
she's back
staff
in
on
heat.
the ground and say, "I've got my weapon."
I love the dichotomy of like pretty nun with like a fucking mace. That's funny to me.
Well, I can't give her what I want yet. We're getting there.
Strapped.
While the
She'll be strapped soon enough. Heavy are the hips that wear the strap.
Amen to that.
Full
Well, the
credit to my
rest-
friend Ruby for that joke.
well the rest of the
Favorite things they've ever said.
Well, the rest of the group is doing their thing. Ark is going to poke around in the tents looking for any personal items or identifying items of this this group. Do I happen to find anything?
As he does that real quick, and Lobran's gonna walk up behind him and try to give him a little spook and grab his shoulder. And just say "boo" to Ark while when he's leaning over, poking into a tent.
I'm not gonna
Ark
have you
lets
roll
out an
stealth.
exasperated sigh.
Just messing with you, lad. Just
Ark,
messing.
you find 3 days rations. You find a worn short sword and a spool of thread.
Group loot, or do you want to keep any?
No, I'm actually not keeping any of it. He's going to take the short sword, and over by where I found the little bit of blood, he's going to make a small stone cairn as a memorial to whoever was here. And the same.
Very, very respectable. Very respectable. Mhm. And then you carry on the road. Is that correct?
As we do so, if Mira's gonna be heading, I guess, forward with everyone, checking for tracks as she's going, she's gonna also pull out her longbow, which she has a little charm dangling from the bottom that seems to be a woven willow branch that's kind of made into a small wreath, and it's adorned with like pomegranate seeds and a little bit of thin leather string.
Phelan
just
gets
kinda
very
jingles.
excited.
Okay, all right. So as you guys continue on the road, it's relatively uneventful aside from the mist parting around you. For about 2 hours more of travel until you reach. I'm gonna have everyone change boards once more. Won't have you be doing this so much, but if you would all please change to Gates of Barovia.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a
Thank you.
Barovia.
Gates
Thank
of
you.
cock, you got it.
Cock.
Not my cock.
Ooh, this is the spooky
Why am
map.
I
It's so dark.
underwater?
It
I'm
is
drowning.
around. The mist continuously parts around you and makes a little radius, leaving only the forest for you to see until finally the forest begins to sparse out a little bit. Oh shoot! Let me put all your characters. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know what
Is it
side
supposed
I'm
to be
supposed
this
to be on.
dark in the day, or?
Yes, it is. As you approach, there we go.
Where are we all? I don't even see us. Oh,
Just
there we
double click on one of somebody's character. He's putting us down.
are. Found it.
The gates are the first thing that you see out of the mist for a good distance away for some time. The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting out from impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang from stonework. Dew clings to the cold tenacity to rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying in the weeds at your feet. They greet you with only silence.
This is the town that we're talking about?
These are the gates. This is not the town.
I know, like she's talking to herself, like,
Oh, sorry.
this doesn't make sense.
This is quite
would have heard about
the
this.
spectacle. I wasn't aware we were venturing into something quite like this.
It's a little bit daunting, but who knows? Maybe the gates hold lots of excitement.
What the fuck is
Grand
this other
entrance.
dwarf that has been put down?
A grand
Oh, shit, that is a
entrance
different
for a
door.
grand party, I say.
I'm more concerned about where the sun went, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. It's
Fairly
it's noticeably more dark around this area.
Is
The
it-
clouds loom far thicker around here. It becomes much more like an overcast, like just before a thunderstorm type day.
Did
Is
that
it-
raven follow us out of the forest or no?
It did. It's in the tree just behind you. As a matter of fact, it's been hopping trees to keep pace with you.
Interesting. Okay.
Does it feel like a lot of time passed and this is just the natural cycle of the day, or this is like unnatural, like you were saying? Maybe
It's
like
been about
bodies?
since you began on the Sphalic roads. It's been about 5 hours since getting here.
And
So
we
give,
left
or,
at the crack of dawn?
so give or take, it's around 1 o'clock,
Wow.
And
and it is like
It's not like
it's-
nighttime, is what I was.
it's
trying to-
not night.
It's awful dark around here, isn't it?
indeed.
It is
Eerily
almost
so.
unnaturally dark.
As you guys approach and get a little bit nearer, about within 30 feet, the gates open seemingly on their own.
Oh, I don't like
You
that.
guys, as
Oh,
we're
there, you had to do them all manually.
Time. Oh my god.
Oh no.
as
good enough,
as
that's good
we're
enough.
as
I've
we're
never seen a
approaching,
gate designed like this.
Imagine
What
it's
in the
actually
world?
a gigantic stone gate. Imagine it's actually a gigantic
Oh
stone
my
gate.
god.
as we're approaching, if
imagining.
anyone looks over at Ark, you notice he's fumbling with like a small necklace that he's holding on to, and it has the religious. If you look close enough, it has the religious symbols of over a dozen different deities carved into it, and you
Oh.
notice him offering.
Can I
silent
try a
prayer.
check to see if it's like a certain pantheon?
Ooh.
Sure.
That would be cool. Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Flaccid 20!
It's a fucking
I
Placid
get to
20!
Flash 20!
Yeah!
Placid
It's
20.
got a Placid 20!
Consult your doctor if you experience FD. Flaccid dice.
For more than 4 hours.
So if
For
as
more than
you,
4 sessions.
Oh,
as
fun.
you look over, you notice that the most prominent one is definitely a symbol of Helm, but It doesn't. Outside of that, it doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason. There's ones for Tyr, there's ones for Mistra, ones for Ioun, ones for almost a god for everything at this point. Except you notice that there are no necessarily evil gods on there. They all seem to be.
What's that one? Oh, that's Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys enter?
Yeah, I will just simply acknowledge the thing and keep it to myself and continue walking.
Lobrin
I am
enters,
basically right next to Mira.
I'll
Ark
move
would
forward with
probably
hesitation. Where's my character?
Lobrin enters
I moved
with
them out.
the
I'm sorry, I was trying to move the retainers.
Oh,
Ark would probably take the lead on this,
Okay.
endeavor.
Everyone
As you-
might be good to stick close. This looks interesting to say the least.
As you enter the gate, towering trees whose tops are lost in a heavy gray mist block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are naturally close together, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced howl. Tavern, you with the highest passive perception, you smell death on the air. Blood, coppery in your nose, thick, very close.
I relay
fowls-
that immediately to the party, quietly. Sorry, go ahead.
The foul scent leads you just to the right of your path. It's close. It only takes you to turn right for half a moment to see a human corpse in the underbrush, about 15 feet from the road. A young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks.
Jesus.
There's an absurd amount of blood in the soil around you. It looks wet. And just the same, his chest looks to be softly rising and falling. There's a
He's still alive!
He's alive?
There's a very
I'm gonna run over.
There's a very soft tremor to his hands as he raises it and points at you. And he raises his head. It looks like it takes him a lot of strength. And he just kind of gasps like a fish. As he raises his head and he tries to speak. It takes him a few moments. Behind you, the doors begin to slowly creak close with a groan. And then finally, he manages to force the words out. And he says, "You fools! Run! Get out of here!"
I'm gonna try and drag him.
Can I
as we go to the
lose him, or
gate.
is he gone?
Perhaps we should run.
His chest and his stomach have been opened up. There's more viscera
no.
outside of his body than in it.
Oh, jeez.
Never mind.
He speaks the final words as the doors all but close shut behind you, with a very solid.
Metal pipe sound.
I think Lobrin's like sunny demeanor and the idea of like this is a fun adventure and it's gonna be fun has now almost completely evaporated. You see, he's very much concerned, and his retainers are reflecting that same sort of expression.
Lucia will begin to try to cobble together his damage. Like, she'll try to see if she can patch the guy up.
He's gone.
Yeah.
I am aware.
Oh god.
Yeah. Okay.
Ark is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is
So,
salvageable.
Lucia, do me a favor and roll medicine just to identify how much damage has been done and what are the
This is
chances.
salvageable.
11.
It has to
Okay.
be.
So you are immediately able to identify that the part of the viscera that is drenching the soil around this man, many of those moist pieces of pulp are what were his internal organs. He's been opened up like a rotten pumpkin.
Poor guy.
And he's limp. He's limp on the ground. Chances to save this, even with an 11, you can discern. Seems like what the kids would call a fat chance.
Yeah.
So
Ark
She will
is going to. Oh. Ark
Just
is
like
gonna walk. Oh, sorry.
you're good. You're good. There you go.
I was gonna put my hand on your shoulder, and just like, he's gone, fortunately, but perhaps
give
we
me a
can at least
moment.
give him some kind of proper burial.
Mira.
She grabs her holy symbol and like just kneels down and kind of just stands there praying silently for like a minute.
Mira, I'm not going to have you roll.
I was just saying, while this is happening, Mira's chest has been like starting to rise and fall with a quickened pace as she's starting to like have a small panic witnessing this, and she goes, Oh god. What have we gotten ourselves into?
Around this eviscerated man are claw marks, paw marks, and you can tell immediately from the ferocity of his wounds, from the harrowing that was done to him. This can only have been done by a very large canine. You know this better than almost anyone. As you make the realization, the raven that's been following you for some time, now perched upon the wall, lands only about 5 to 10 feet away from your feet and begins cawing loudly and loudly at you, over and over again.
Will someone shut that bloody thing up?
Oh god, so now there's a raven following us.
All right.
What does it want?
I don't know.
Any attempt to get closer to this thing will be met with it fluttering and landing about 10 feet away from you again. If you'd like to try...
She's still kind of kneeling.
I understand.
Should I roll
think
like
Lo-
animal
I
handling
think
or
Lobrin,
like?
Lobrin's gonna kneel too and put like the sword down and sort of like a heraldic kneel.
I've actually got a question
I
really
wanna
quick.
follow.
Can I roll
Go ahead.
insight to tell what the fuck the raven wants right now?
Go ahead. Or animal handling. I'll let you choose.
I'm gonna pull some flowers out of my pouch.
How do I get rid of dice once I've picked them up? This isn't correct.
Right click.
Right, look.
I'm right clicking and nothing's happening. It's just zooming.
Oh,
me out.
you have to throw them and then.
Space.
Oh yeah, you have to throw them first and then
No,
get rid
no,
of them.
if you hit space and then right click where it is.
No, they
on
were
there-
already in my hand. So
so yeah,
just take the first one then, which would have
Sure.
been
17.
17.
Good.
It's hard to tell, but with its incessance and with the way that it seems persistent in just making as much of a croaking raucous as it can, it seems as though it's trying to move you along. Can I have one of you or all of you roll perception?
Sure.
Okay.
Perception.
Let's hope for another nat 20.
Yeah.
Ah,
I got a
whoa,
plus
whoa!
of 20.
Nice.
I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
21.
21?
Okay.
What's no close 10?
21.
You stupid.
Oh, not.
No, not.
Okay, just a moment. Just one moment.
See the DM with a spotlight over there.
No, Nat.
How very subtle.
I didn't even know you could do that. How the hell do you have a spotlight?
We learned new shit like
I don't. I actually, I gotta be honest with you. I have literally no idea.
Do I have a spotlight when I'm DMing?
Maybe you can get one.
Okay. Who rolled the 20?
I got
Anyone
a plus of
about
20.
anyone about 15?
I had a 21.
I got a 17.
Okay.
You should be able to see the rolls.
So most
See it
of
in the
you.
chat log there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Most of you. You see them before you hear them. They're actually
goodness.
unnervingly quiet.
Oh.
Behind you, the light catches the eyes of these beasts, ridiculously large for what they are. About the size of a small horse, each of them, with a yellow glow in its eye as it approaches the clearing in the fog, slowly with its head down, prowling like a predator. 5 direwolves. They don't approach. Each of them sit still and watch you as you tend to this eviscerated man. But they make no bones about making themselves revealed.
Lobrin
Perhaps
will
we should-
usher his retainers behind him and just lift his shield up.
How do I get rid of the spotlight?
Faces them and
How the
just
hell do you have a... Derek, I
slowly-
would Google that really quick to figure out why
slowly
you have a
backing
spotlight.
away.
Okay. Sorry, what was Lobrin doing?
Is that he's just gonna lift his shield and usher his retainers to get behind him as he begins just slowly backing away.
Mm-hmm. They're not
I'm gonna
approaching
raise her
you.
bow.
They're
Not,
sitting-
not about to fire, just defensively.
They're
She'll
sitting.
pull out her mace.
They seem to come almost out of nowhere. Let's see. There it is.
There you go.
Okay. You draw arms, and they move not an inch. They're all sitting at the edge of the road, seeming to come almost manifest out of the woods, unnervingly quiet. Almost, the mannerisms of the wolves almost seem as though they're irritated that you're around the remainder of their kill.
Hmm.
I think we should just carefully begin to move down the road.
I agree.
Can't leave him
Don't turn your
here.
back to them.
I don't think we're going to be
we
able.
might not have a choice.
I don't think we're going to be able to give him a proper burial, but I have the next best thing, and Ark is going to take out a small flask of oil. We could
Terribly
cremate
sorry.
him.
Don't mean to interrupt, but one last thing that I wanted to mention to those of you who rolled above a 15 with perception. There was a letter in his clutched hand.
Oh,
Someone
I will
quickly
grab
the
that.
letter. And let's go.
Well, I won't read it yet, but I will grab it.
we gotta move. Just
Is my
slowly.
god good with fine with cremating bodies?
Are we still on the road, by the way?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll
Slightly.
religion.
Fine.
Roll religion, Lucia, to see what you can remember about the Morning Lord and how he feels about immolation.
This is not immolation, cremation. There's
You're
a
right.
difference.
You're right.
One is when they're alive, the other is after.
17.
You know, actually, that the Morning Lord favors this above almost all other funeral processions.
Let me
Fire
do
is
it then.
purifying to.
She asked for she puts her hand out for the oil. Let me do it then.
Ark hands it to you, along with a small tinderbox, which includes.
She will begin putting a circle of oil around him and then just finishing the bottle just basically around his body. Always another dawn. And she sets it on fire.
It catches quickly enough. And the way the flesh begins to blacken as rapidly as it does, it's. I want to say unnerving, but you've probably seen this before in your line of work.
She's used to it.
It simply is what it is, and you've given him what peace you can offer. All right,
Let's move.
and you all continue down the road.
Keeping our eyes.
Yes?
We're keeping
On the
facing
wall.
towards the wolves. We're not turning our backs.
I was backing up towards the woods.
Boo.
But as he sees everyone, he's gonna turn again and
Do they follow, or are they just watching
turn
us?
back.
They're probably really mad that we just.
I know.
Yeah, how do the
but-
wolves react to the body being lit on fire?
They don't react in any way that you can discern. They move with their heads move with your movements, almost in synchronization.
What about the raven?
Their glowing eyes just seem to follow you. The raven, as at this point perched in the tallest tree on the opposite side of the road, it's still cawing at you, almost urging you. The wolves are watching intently, but they're not moving.
Hey, Derek, can you do me a favor and turn on the torch on the guy that we just cremated?
Sure.
For the effect that he's
You're
dying.
right,
The
that's-
effect that he is currently on
I'll
fire.
do you one better,
Are you gonna
He's
put a
on
fire on
fire.
top of him?
if I can.
You probably can.
You could probably think a fire asset, like a fireplace or
There's fire
cooking
assets.
fire assets.
Campfire,
And
yeah.
just put it under, or campfire or something, put it underneath him.
Just throw it on top of them.
Just throw it on.
I know it to be true.
Not letting me this time, but yeah, he's on fire. Be reminded.
I'll show you.
Noticing the danger that the wolves potentially pose, Ark is going to keep himself interspersed between them and the rest of the group as we continue forward.
Good.
Mira's
Very
keeping
good.
both her eyes like flicking from the road and then back to the wolves while her bow is pulled, just making sure that everyone's moving along.
How many are there?
5.
Yep. There are 5 wolves in total, each the size of a small horse.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe we could domesticate them.
No.
That's Andrew talking. That's not Ark.
That is
Ark?
Andrew talking about.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
keep moving.
We
All right.
we keep moving.
So you progress further. And the wolves don't, when you're a good distance away, you can easily notice them creep back into the very dense woods, almost silently. The way they move for creatures that large is very unnerving. And as you progress, what you begin to notice is the valley opening up. The woods around you parting. The valley itself, in spite of the gloom, in spite of the gray light that's around you and the mist that hangs close, it's clear that this either is or was once a very beautiful place. Nestled in between 2 spires, what you see before you is Barovia proper. It's a valley that's deep with a river that winds through it. The river itself is as clear as blue winter sky through the valley, contrasting the dullness of the light that engulfs you. And now, real quick.
While we're walking, can I just interject really quick?
You sure can.
Mira will, as we've gotten past everything, Mira will look over to Lucia and go, "Did you happen to catch that letter?"
She's kind of just like silent for a minute. It kind of takes a moment for her to realize you're talking to her. Sorry, again?
Oh, sorry, did you happen to catch that letter that was on that fellow?
Right. And she'll like unfurl it and begin reading it.
Are you guys trying to be quiet?
She's like,
Lobrin
hushed.
also saw
Yeah,
the letter.
like hush, but not
fly.
like, oh, we're trying to be secretive. It's like, just
It
wary.
reads as follows.
Lucia's just kind of hushed.
It reads as follows. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the Burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kolana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people, and now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become far too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy man call upon their power that the devil may be contained within these walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we have departed for a better life. Kolyan and Diravish, Burgomaster.
You read this out loud or
Jeez.
quietly?
Burgermaster.
Burgermas. Jeez.
Mira will just say, "Oh, a vampire. I was equipped to handle one of those. This one sounds quite powerful, too."
I don't think we're gonna be finding the werewolves either. I don't think we're gonna be finding that town anymore.
Oh, gods. What have we gotten ourselves into?
All right.
Perhaps this won't be all that bad. Or are you saying? Did you say any of this out loud?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
Yeah. Like she's not being quiet. She's not trying to hide anything. She's just kind of quiet now.
A vampire. That's
You definitely
made
tell
me...
it killed her mood.
And Lobrin's sentence kind of just trails off as he thinks about that.
Nothing we can do for it now. Just keep your heads up and your wits about you. Things are gonna get quite a bit trickier from here on out.
Runor takes a deep sip from his flask, and he has a sort of steely look on his face as he looks back to Rolf, and he says, "Oh yeah, we've gotten out of worse, haven't we?" And Rolf just kind of looks back to him, doesn't say anything.
I think you would notice that
We very much have. Sorry, that's all I was going to say. We very much have.
Faerun is usually very happy and bubbly, but she's been quiet since arriving here. She's not used to this type of environment, and it unsettles her.
Okay. Do you all choose to continue on this road?
Do we have
Yes.
a choice?
Not really.
And there it
Yeah,
is.
I'm gonna go with no.
You can go into the woods if you want. Give that a shot.
Please. Barovia, not today.
I've got a better idea. Let's
I
leave.
guess
him running out the stone gates, like.
I guess there's only one thing for it. Might as well keep going on ahead.
I don't think we've got much choice.
Maybe
Well-
they've got shelter at the very least.
Rolf speaks up and says, "I admire your bravery, Master Ark. I can see at least we are in good company." All right. And so continue, you do.
Art just responds with a slight chuckle to that.
Hours more pass as you pass along the road. You are hitherto unbothered and unhindered as you continue along the path. The mist ever thick, the light ever dim. As you continue, it parts around you just the same. For about 2 hours more, the road passes. The river alongside of you, not 50 meters away. Until finally... Hold on one second. Put a prompt for this. There it is.
So not for 2. How about that? Give me an extra one. Double it.
But no more than 5.
Along the path, you see the growing outline of a village. Even from a distance, it appears ramshackled and devoid of life. The silhouettes of buildings appear much like crooked teeth, sharp, uneven, and uncared for. Approaching you much quicker, however, is what appears to be what remains of a large plantation home. Fields around it now bare. And the road, in the middle of the road, 2 children huddle. There's a young, crying boy and an older girl trying desperately to comfort him until you come into view. She turns to you and runs up quickly. Says, "All of you, please, won't you help? There's a monster in our home."
I think as Lobern hears this, he was kind of still facing behind to just keep an eye out. He's going to turn around and just go,
A monster, you say? Well, what did it look like?
All of you, if you would, please change boards from this to Durst Mansion.
Oh, I see it.
Durst
where is that?
Mansion?
It's in a folder.
I got the wrong one.
Sorry about that. It's in the folder Village Barovia.
Holy
I got the wrong one. Final boss map.
Wait a minute!
Wait a minute.
I'm
A
going to
monster,
kill
you
you.
say? What is it?
Well,
Oh, I do not like the sound. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is fucking ominous.
What do you expect? It's Curse of Strahd. Everything is ominous.
I hate this.
There's literally curse in the name, along with some guy named Strahd. Nothing.
Well, at
good
least
about
it's
Along
not-
with some guy named
ignore that
Strahd.
roll. Ignore that roll.
Can you drop retainers in?
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not like
Freddy
Fazbear.
Because in Freddy
Freddy
Fazbear,
Fazbear.
he would make you wear top hats and eat pizza.
I mean, that actually sounds like a pretty interesting campaign concept.
if there's ever a fucking bear in this damn campaign, where everyone's gonna
It's
start
Freddy
shouting
Fazbear.
Freddy Fazbear. Yeah, it's Freddy Fazbear. Like,
You were so right.
I'm gonna roll.
you're gonna
animal handling
change
on
an
it to
encounter
tell
to
me.
include like a dire bear or something. It's
You know,
Freddy
I was
Fazbear.
gonna go fucking Gloomstalker, but I'll go Beastmaster instead to have a bear.
Freddy Fazbear?
Okay. What was it that was asked to the children?
Yeah,
What
to do?
I and Mira both asked, like, what was
We
the
asked what
monster?
it was. Like, what is it?
So the girl is still halfway in the process of trying to soothe what is apparently her younger brother as he weeps, and she looks back to you and says, "I don't know, we didn't see it, but we heard it. The wretched thing. It howls from the basement. Our little brother is still up there.
Damned.
Where are your parents?
I don't know. They left not long ago. We haven't seen them in some time.
Oh
But
gods, these might be the werewolves. We have to protect these children.
I
Yep.
agree.
On behalf
Arcus-
of House Broken Gulf, we accept your quest, little ones.
Arcus gonna lean-
Lauren, wouldn't it be safer for your retainers to stay outside and watch the children as we take care of this?
I have to agree.
Perhaps.
Also, mechanically, it'd be really easier for the DM not to have to handle 4 different NPCs.
Yeah, no, I
in the-
know. I know where we're going, and
you're a real one,
Ar-
Ash.
I've done. I have done this too many times.
you there, my friends.
Arcus,
Set up camp and keep an eye on these 2. Just
Arcus
Um,
gonna
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Arcus gonna lean over to Mira and say, "You seem to know the most about these werewolves." And he's gonna whisper this: "Is it possible that the missing parents could have been or become the werewolf in question?"
Mira is gonna lean in and whisper as quietly as she can, enough to where she thinks he'll hear it in that helmet, away from the children so they don't see this conversation, but she'll say, "It's entirely possible, but I'm not
It's
about to
entirely
tell them."
possible.
It's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible. Entirely possible.
It's entirely possible, but I'm not about to tell them that. We should just make sure that they're safe first and assess later. Or maybe we could even take them to the nearest I don't know, inn or something to get them care, but we've got to take care of this first. We can't leave them here to die.
The older
Don't you worry.
the older child, the girl, hugs her younger brother tight as he cries, and she says, "I won't go back in there. You can't make me."
No one's
What are
asking
your
you to go back
names?
in there.
No,
Don't
you
worry,
won't be
we
going
won't.
back in there.
We're going to find your other sibling, okay?
Darren, do we have the same hair?
Lobrin, how tall is she? Like, if Lobrin bends down on a knee, is he gonna be closer to their height?
Yeah.
All right, so he's gonna bend down on a knee, and he's gonna say,
Don't either of you worry. I'm going to leave my trusted guards out here to help protect you.
I
They're
trust your
very
guards as much as I
experienced.
trust your barber, dude. Like,
Ew, drag him.
Mr.
Excuse me?
Bullshit Man.
"Do you say that in character?"
no, not at all.
I was about to, this is one of the finer styles in the Waterdeep upper classes right now. No. But he's just gonna say that to them.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're not really
Waterdeep.
guards, but he's just trying to be reassuring to the children here.
Yeah.
As you say this, as you guys are speaking, something happens for the first time that has not occurred to you before. This radius of mist that has been parted for you slowly begins to enclose, leaving only the path of this house, the cobblestone pathway, open. It goes from 30 feet to 20 feet, 10 feet, to only 5 feet, leaving only this cobble path before you and almost forces you along the road.
We have no choice. We have to act fast.
Let's make haste.
I'm gonna knock my a silver arrow.
Is there room in the courtyard, like for a camp, to be set up with my followers, or is the fog closing in on that too?
The fog, it appears as though like every step you take,
Looks like
the
a
fog is
campfire.
right at your heel. And as you enter, do you enter?
Yeah. Are the children? Are the
We're
children
going.
following, or
No,
what's
our
going on
the
with that?
children
Children
are
are following.
So
No,
here's
they're
what
not
happens.
following.
Guys,
Here's
the
what happens.
fog isn't closing in. They're gonna get fucking caught in the fog.
So the children are like backing. They're not following, but they're backing away from the fog. They go up the stairs, but no further than the portico.
Are the guards gonna
guess
stay and
if
watch
you
them, or
can-
the?
Yeah. My
Your
retainers
retainers
stay there.
do much the same. Brunar kind of watches the fog and is like, "What manner of devilry is this? It's as if it's following us." And then Elizabeth kind of looks to Rolf and then looks to you and says, "I hope you know what you've gotten us into."
I've saved us before, I'll do it again.
Our guest, if he can take the lead in going in and keeps his shield at the ready.
Of course.
After you.
Ark, my friend, I'll be right there with you.
All right.
He's gonna also keep a shield at the ready.
Have you ever been part of a shield wall?
I've studied the formation well enough.
I've studied the blade.
I have a shield, but mechanically, do I need a hand open to cast spells?
Depends on the spell.
If it has somatic components, yes, you do.
Okay, because I will keep just my mace out then.
Okay. All right. Can I have each of you, as you enter this entrance, foyer, portico, if you will, each of you roll perception.
Porta potty.
Okay, I'm rolling it outside.
I'm gonna roll mine outside too. This is too tight.
Roll mine in the lobby, because that's where we're going. 15. Not bad.
22.
Ooh.
That's gonna be an 8.
Alright.
Lucia is on edge now. Like, she is, like,
She's watching.
completely alert.
Eyes are fucking peeled right there.
Eyes of a fox. All right. Lucia and Lobren, both of you notice as you enter, it's not a very large room, give or take about 10 feet across. Oil lamps hang from the portico ceiling by chains flanked by a set of oaken doors that separate you from whatever foyer is before you. Along with that, along the south wall of the foyer was a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, stylized golden windmill on a red field, flanked by the framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats.
Do I recognize this heraldry at all?
Roll history.
7.
Oh.
I'm afraid not in the least. The doors open at merely a touch. They swing open with a creak. And so, do you all choose to enter the main hall?
Yes.
I'm following.
All right. And so be it, so be it. As you enter along it, it's easy enough to see that the hall runs the width of the house. The black marble fireplace at one end and a sweeping red marble staircase in a spiral formation at the other. I'll have you guys roll perception just once more.
Is the fire active right now, or is it
It
not?
is alit with fresh logs on it.
A little odd that a fireplace is active and there are only children in the house.
Damn, I
These
should have
kids
used
seem
my
to know how to
passive.
take care of themselves.
Yeah, how old do these kids look? I didn't ask.
The girl looks
Fuck.
give or take. The girl looks give or take around 11 or
20,
12,
hello!
and
Oh,
the boy
okay.
the boy looks around 6 or 7. He's very young. He's got a little stuffy toy that he clings to.
Oh.
Well, the parents were only gone for an hour or two.
Can
only
I?
rolled a 7, dude.
Okay. Oh boy.
Well, just look at the chat log, Derek.
Sorry.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled so low. I should have tried to use
Zach's
my
been
passive.
rolling hot. I gotta
I
give it
know,
to him.
Loprin's got a
pass
nice
20.
little start, except for like the history checks, which are shit. But
All right. What all of you notice, aside from the black marble fireplace, the sweeping red marble staircase, Lobrin, you notice that mounted above the fireplace is a long sword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. There's also wood paneling along the walls that are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. Upon closer inspection, Lobrin, only you notice that this motif is also engraved with the motif of very subtle skulls that most would not see into the wooden paneling. It's an odd choice of decor.
What kind of satyrs?
By the divine.
What kind of satyrs?
But, bunny satyrs, actually.
Yes!
She's
Any-
canon.
Any,
Probably dead.
do we have any fans of art in the house? He's gonna say.
Why?
I've not quite seen anything like this before.
Lobrin, you also notice, I would say you all notice that set of doors opposite you. The two almost French door style entrance, and then the one that almost looks like a closet.
is the sword? Can I like take a closer look at that? Is there anything unique or interesting about this sword, or does it just seem kind of like a rundown decorative piece, or like what is it? What can I glean from that?
Is
Well,
it
the
sharp?
sword-
Yeah. It's like
The
a sharp-
sword's in, the sword's in,
Decorative.
it's incredibly ornate. It's aside from the windmill cameo, it's got worked into its hilt. It looks as though an artisan made this, but not to be wielded. It is sharp. It looks like it could be practically used, though it's very evidently never been practically used.
Yeah.
It's clearly a centerpiece. If what you mean to suggest is whether or not you can discern any arcane nature coming off of it, I would have you roll an Arcana.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
real fast, everyone. I'm sorry.
I don't
It's
think.
like,
Loprin-
continue. We're just not going to acknowledge it until it's seen.
What happened?
What?
What did you do?
Okay, just keep going. Keep
Oh
playing.
God,
What happened?
I see it already.
What is it?
Go to the out of character chat.
You didn't. You didn't.
Ready, five bear.
It's
The
Freddy
devil
Fazbear.
works. The devil works fast, but you work faster.
That's fucking awesome.
These
Um,
are these paintings on the wall true to like this to the
They're
home?
not hyper accurate. The paintings actually depict stone-faced aristocrats of a likeness that you do not recognize. They don't
Yeah.
actually
As Lobrin
depict
points out-
Nosferatu looking ass motherfuckers.
As Lovren points out, like the paintings with their weird, like subtle, like skull imagery. Do we see it too, or
You don't. Only Lobrin does. Well, as he points it out, you may. Yes.
Yeah,
like if he
I'm
tells
pointing it
us?
out. Yeah, I'm pointing it
Gruta.
out. Mainly,
Gruta!
hey, Gruta.
Oh.
Mainly anyone who comes over to look at it, because Lobrin finds it sort of scintillating, I would say.
It's
Would
very
you?
clear that whatever artisan molded this into the wood paneling intended or was requested to create this subtly, to not be seen plainly. And
Well,
though yet your keen eye has seen it just the same.
Well, personally, if you ask me, I think it might be an artist's interpretation of the balance between the playfulness of life and then you've got the loomingness of death that's underneath it all at the end of the day. It's quite fascinating.
quite
piece.
fun.
Listen, no.
Thank you, art critique Mira.
She puts on, like, you look over, she's got a pair of round, like, sunglasses on,
And a
like, black
beret.
turtleneck and a beret.
Little
Yeah.
spectacle.
It's like,
Their
whoa.
little cape's been turned into a.
That's a little bit gauche for my liking, a little bit it lacks subtlety, but
It does seem to fit the general vibe of this this countryside.
But this
Nothing
isn't why
else.
we're here. We should press forward.
No, I merely
agree.
pointed out to say
We
it's
should
a little
probably
peculiar.
we should probably sweep these rooms one by one if we're looking to stay safe.
I do want to make explicitly clear that aside from that little detail that you've parsed out, Lobrin, and described to others, this place looks like it was made for luxury and for entertaining. It is masterfully kept. Not a speck of dust, not a speck of dirt. This place is the peak of opulence. It looks like someone very wealthy and with a good amount of taste lived here.
And
Or
the
let's
children, did they look like they're
Are
attired?
they destitute or are they
No,
little
yeah.
kids?
They're in fine garbs.
Okay.
They're barefoot.
Oh shit, they're rich.
They're
They
not
were
actually.
just at home. They're allowed to be barefoot.
They're not actually barefoot.
Oh,
They're
well.
wearing fine little slippers.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're
they
allowed fine slippers.
I'm thinking we should clear these rooms one by one. Let's start with this one on the right.
That might be a fair choice.
but we have to stick together.
We have to stick together. You're absolutely right.
What door is it you're trying to open?
He's
the one on the right.
Okay. It's unlocked and it opens easily enough.
I'll go second, because shield brothers.
I've got my bow knocked with a silver arrow, and I'll stay behind, like, right here.
Oh
They're
my
getting-
god, what the hell?
Oh my god.
I just saw
Worry
it.
not, worry not. What you have just entered appears to be. I'll just say with your passive perception, although you can roll perception however you like. Those wolves that you see are stuffed.
Okay.
What you have just-
Taxidermy.
Yeah.
What you have just entered appears to be something akin to a hunter's den, with a deer head stuffed atop the mantelpiece. Four stuffed wolves, padded chairs with fur pelts atop each, a cask of wine and goblets, and 2 cabinets. This place is empty, but it looks like it's full of finery. Suffice it to say.
She's gonna open up this cabinet right here.
It's
And
locked.
Arca's gonna open up. Oh,
Shit.
That one
That one-
is not. The one that oh, sorry. Lucia, the one you open is not locked. The one you try to open, Arc, is locked.
I'll say
We should
something
probably see
over
what's in
here.
that later.
And the one that you open, Lucia, is has a deck of playing cards inside it, as well as a set of glassware, looking like it was made for wine and other fine liqueurs.
Entertainment.
Arc, do you?
This house is so
can I
weird. May
tell how
inspect this?
strong these doors are?
It's a standard lock. The cabinet itself is made out of sturdy oak.
Anyone got thieves' tools?
Can I investigate this door or this closet further? False bottoms, anything?
You sure can. Roll investigation.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I suck at these.
Lobrin's
Wait, I
Someone
walk
help
up
her.
to you. I walk up to you. I put a hand on your shoulder and I say, "You got this."
Are you casting
Guidance.
guidance?
Mariah, I just want to say, I just want to make sure it's said, I freaking love Faerun. She's so cute.
Oh, right, I love them. Okay, how...
They're
So
my
add
favorite
a
character of this
D4
whole
to
thing.
whatever you
Yeah,
roll
absolutely.
afterwards.
Just a little darling.
Okay,
So
I
you'll roll
had
the
a
D4 after.
13. I had a 13 in total, and then I roll a D4.
Yes.
How do I roll a D4?
You click
Uh,
the little triangle.
And then you roll it.
What with the little triangle?
15 in total.
Okay. It looks like a standard cabinet. Doesn't reveal much secrets. But the deck of playing cards is finely made, and so are the glasses.
I'll take the cards.
They're yours.
It's
I'm gonna-
time.
You said there were casks of wine in here and like alcohol.
So between the 2 padded chairs, there's a table with a cask of wine on it, and along that table that you're facing, there are 4 wooden goblets.
Is there anything in them?
The cask has wine in it.
The goblets, they're empty.
The
Is this
goblets are
knife
empty.
on the table?
There is a small little like dinner knife on the table. That's right.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to the wine.
Arca's gonna say, guys, we're here to help these people, not
I-
to pilfer
I
their
would-
stuff.
I would agree. I think we should make haste.
Right. Sorry.
Do
We've
any
got
of
2 more
you
rooms ahead to clear.
do any of
Me
you
to-
do anything with that cabinet?
Does anyone know how to pick locks?
I don't have any
I don't have
thieves'
any
tools.
lockpicks.
Anyone have
Thieves'
thieves' tools?
No, I
either.
don't.
No, I have a monster hunting pack.
I also have a monster hunting pack.
Ouch.
I have an
Well,
explorer.
Keep it
so-
in mind.
So be it then.
You could hit it with a mace and pretend it got destroyed in the carnage.
Yeah, when everyone like leaves, I will try to inspect it
We
more.
had to make sure it was safe.
Go ahead, Ash. Lucia,
Angle.
what do you do with this cabinet?
I'm basically looking around the room and just the area to see if they maybe hidden the key under something.
I cast guidance again because I can. It's a
Well, that was
cantrip.
after everyone left.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Roll investigation
I
once more for me, if you would.
Is it not appearing in chat because I just rolled?
It's not for some reason.
I don't even know where the dice went, so let me
Well,
try again.
go ahead and just tell me what you rolled. Oh, it's in the fire. Did you roll it in the fireplace?
No,
if
I
it
rolled
doesn't-
outside. I don't know where the fucking dice went.
If it
Yeah,
doesn't
you see
land
it?
on
There
a
it is.
flat surface, it won't
8.
recognize
I rolled
it.
nothing.
You don't see any key. The lock doesn't look particularly strong. Neither does the cabinet. Just the same, it doesn't open just by tugging it.
Okay. Last thing I'll do in the room before I move on, I'm gonna like look at the wolf statue. I don't know how taxidermy works, so she's kind of just staring at it, and she's gonna kind of like nudge it a bit to see if it's actually fake.
After nudging it, you can clearly tell that this was that this had artisan hands on it. This is indeed a stuffed corpse, though they're not at all like the likeness
Is
of
the key in the maw?
Clever,
I'm
but
about
no,
to
you
roll.
see no keys. Nor do the wolves look anything like the wolves you saw on the road.
Derek, I'm gonna throw out that we should probably find a stopping point within the next 5 minutes, but keep going.
Sorry about that. Okay,
Perhaps we should clear the bottom floor before we do a stopping point. I think
sure.
we should
Let's
quick enough,
let's
right?
do
How
that.
long that takes.
As long as everyone's okay with that, then let's do
I'm
that.
fine with that.
Okay.
What's
Okay with
this
that.
room
Arcus-
here?
Oh.
No, you're good. You're good.
Ark is going to head
Oh,
on
it's not a
over
door.
to these set of double doors and
They
suggest
open
going...
easily enough.
I'll stand next to you so we can form that shield wall.
I can't.
Oh, and everybody just runs past us. Damn
Yeah.
you!
All right.
Sorry.
So as you enter, it's plain to see that the centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high, backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace are mahogany-framed painting of an alpine
Mahogany.
vale. Mahogany. That is mahogany. I'll have all of you please roll perception.
Is the
Oh
food
boy.
on the table?
I know,
Is that
this is gonna
accurate?
get old quick. Sorry, what?
Is the food on the table accurate?
That's right.
Oh,
It's
I got a
loaded
flash
up.
of 20. Wait, no, I got an 18.
I got a
Jesus.
flash of 20.
You guys are rolling fucking hot on this
Oh.
one. Good Lord.
22. But Favorite's gonna say, does anybody
got
find it
8.
odd that they said their
got
parents
a
have been
4.
gone for a few hours and there's just this feast laying on the table?
That
I
is...
mean-
Is it
It
still
wasn't
hot?
me either.
I mean,
No,
given that
I-
they're wealthy, they might have just have this, you know. I'm not sure.
And no cooks, no staff that's overseeing
Unless
it. Just them
there
and the
are...
kids.
Unless there
That's
is
true.
staff somewhere.
So those of you who rolled above a 15 with perception, which is basically every single one of you.
Except
I got a
rolled
22.
Ark didn't, and I didn't. I rolled a 10 this time.
Oh, okay. Those of you that did, you see more wood paneling art is carved with the elegant images of deers among the trees. However, those of you who look a little closer with keener eyes see twisted faces carved amongst the tree trunks and wolves very subtly lurking amid the carved foliage.
Oh. It's just
I
like
don't
that painting
like
that you
this.
found before, Lobrin. Do you see that?
Oh! He finally sees it, and yes, I see it. Yes, I.
He's
saw
looking
it
at a
both
fucking
times.
stone wall. Yes, I see it.
I didn't know what the wall is that Derek indicated. But yeah, so okay. Wow, this is definitely a pretty fascinating home.
Is the food hot on the table, like piping hot, or does it look like it's cold from
It's not piping hot, but it looks fresh. It's warm.
after a few like what? I don't know. Favorite's gonna say, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this. And whatever you do, don't touch the food on the table. I don't know why you would, but just don't eat it.
I'm kind of
Should we
hungry
ask
though.
Should we ask the children if there are servants or guests in the house
You
anywhere?
know, given all of this imagery around the house with all this death and wolves, I'm getting a bad feeling myself.
I agree. We
I don't
best
like it.
hurry.
Let's finish
soon as-
clearing the home and get out of here as quickly as possible.
But best make haste. I don't want to spend any more time in here than I have to.
All right.
What's this door lead
About
to?
this little room right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
That
another
little
little
hallway
room.
leads. There's another door to the, that flanks you to the, I guess, to your left, but it otherwise leads into the main hall.
I'll follow the rest of the group first, and then we'll go checking out that side.
Judging
All right.
on what
I would
was
like
on
to
the other
open a door,
side,
thank
this is
you.
so
All
okay.
right. Yes, of course.
There's nothing.
This door here is a small closet. It looks to be a cloakroom. It has several black cloaks hanging from hooks on the wall, and a top hat sits on the high shelf.
I'm gonna search the pockets for any sign of identification.
Okay, go ahead
Like
and roll
any,
investigation.
Also, I
Guided.
have a non-stop thing over my head about. Okay, there it goes.
Guided.
Run your
Guidance?
pockets.
Yes. I can
Alright.
cast it. It's a cantrip, so.
Okay, so that's a D4 to
Bloody
this.
good one.
Yes.
It's not letting me click my dice.
That's weird.
Hold on.
The game's telling us it's bedtime.
Yeah.
We've gone on longer than we usually
They're
do.
like you've exceeded your total amount.
Oh, I know
Alright,
you can
alright.
move on
What's
tiles
next?
like
Okay,
this.
let me see this. Okay, guidance.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get a 4. Yeah.
Okay,
That's a
so that brings
13.
it to
13.
a 13.
Okay.
Out of business.
There doesn't appear to be anything in the pockets of the cloaks, and they look dusty and unused. They look like they've been here for some time, but nothing appears to be in there.
It's
Weird.
quite unusual. These coats look like they haven't even been touched, and I was trying to find maybe just something that might have a name or something on it, but
Oh, I
there's
didn't
nothing
know.
here.
Dusty coats. That is unusual.
All right.
Covered
that's-
in
Yes,
dust.
this is all rather
I believe-
unusual, but we can sit here and talk about how unusual it is, or we can try to figure out what the fuck is going on around here.
There's
Sorry
one
for
more.
interrupting.
There's one
Watch your
more
fucking
room.
mouth.
There's one more.
Let's check the last door
There's
over
one more
here.
room on this floor, and then
Yes,
perhaps we
yes.
should talk to the children again.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Let
so
me guess. Roll perception.
Yeah, one last time.
Okay.
Alright.
One more time.
Or you can just use
Oh
passive.
fuck,
Oh
that's
my God.
performance! Hold on.
Oh,
Oh.
my
Well,
god.
you at least
Oh,
busted it.
God, I rolled a
yeah,
Hold
Lobrin with the
The flash
20.
in 20,
Top 20.
Lobrin
What am I
rises.
getting? Oh, I rolled a
Classic
9.
20s in the chat. Please.
All right, yeah, baby.
Gonna throw them on my
Oh,
All right.
Lord.
So what you see before you is a kitchen. It's tidy. There's dishware, cookware, and utensils neatly placed on the shelves. Work table has a cutting board and a rolling bit at the top of it, as well as fine dishes that seem to be ready to be served. A stone dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall, its bent iron stovetop connecting its hole to the ceiling. Behind the stove, and to the left of the thin door leading to a well, leading behind you, seems to be a pantry. But beyond
I-
that,
Can I look in the pantry?
you sure can. The pantry there's the door opens easily enough, and it
You know,
looks
the
a little
more you
stuck.
say it, I've realized that there's no sign of anyone actually living here. There's all this lavish luxury, but there's no workers, there's no people, there's just the children outside. Have we even heard anything while we're in here?
That's
Nope.
exactly what I've been thinking.
Not a thing.
I don't even
Should
hear
we-
anything in here.
Should
do
we
wanna say-
perhaps retreat to the front of the house to question the children, or should we keep going?
Might be a good idea to ask them a few more questions. We have no idea what's going on
They
here.
said they heard the howling coming from the basement, but I haven't heard any howling.
I also
Never
haven't seen a way to get down to a basement of any kind.
That's true, I haven't seen a
It
basement.
might be that closet. Could be a staircase.
As you guys
Oh,
prepare
maybe.
to leave and turn, Lobrin, you see before anyone else does. There appears
Or
to be
those kids were the werewolves.
there appears to
The
be
kids tricked us.
a dumbwaiter that leads upward.
Dumb
Yes, I recognize this from my days at the estate. This is a dumb waiter. You can put food on here and make it traverse upward.
So you can go
Or
up,
down.
but you can't go
Can,
down.
can I see if it goes up and down, or just
Mhm.
one direction?
Alongside it are a series of wires and buttons. There seems to be 2 each. Where they go, it's not immediately apparent. But if you click one, do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab, like, is there food on the table, or like a little jar or something?
Yeah, there's plenty of served food. Do you
I'm
need to
gonna
grab
grab-
some?
Careful about grabbing the
I
food.
know. Careful about grabbing unknown food. No, I'm
She's
not.
just gonna pull.
actually-
She's just gonna pull out a ration from her bag and toss it on there.
Thanks.
Yeah, and send it up.
Okay.
And I will send it. I will press the top button. Or are they side by side, or are they like?
They're side by side.
vertical? I'm gonna press the one on the left.
The cable begins to row, and the platform rises. And before you, it is gone. A few moments pass. It does not come back down.
Can I press the button on the right to try and make it come back down?
And it does exactly that. Comes back down, ration still up on.
Press it on the right
Press
again.
the button on the right again, yes.
Goes back up.
Goes back, it only goes up.
It goes
right
up.
made it
Goes
go
So
down.
back
he had
up?
the button that makes it go down, and it went
Hold
up.
on.
Hold on.
We-
Oh no, it doesn't go. It does not go down any further. It looks like this is the base.
Okay.
Oh, then, did the button do anything, or did it?
There's one button to send it up and one button to send it down.
Which is
Oh, so it
where
doesn't
we
go
are.
anywhere.
It doesn't.
Oh,
stays
it's just
where it
the
is, it
one.
stays where it
Okay.
is.
I'm gonna press the button, make it go up again.
It goes up.
First I'm taking my ration out, then I'm doing that.
Okay.
And then as it leaves, I'm gonna stick my torch down. I'm gonna look down to see if it goes further down.
It looks as though there is like a chasm below it, but the dumbwaiter itself, based on the buttons provided, doesn't go any further.
I'm gonna drop my torch down there.
Okay. It
Whoa.
falls.
How
For
far?
For some length, it's hard to tell. It disappears before you.
I guess they
Shit.
weren't lying about the basement then.
Like she's kind of just sticking her head down. Wow, that went down. There's something below us.
At least 30 feet.
Did it seem like how far it might have gone?
More than 30 feet.
More than 30.
My torch is gone.
Oh.
She'll pull out another and light it.
Okay. And as you guys... Sorry, go ahead.
DM, I was wondering if I saw anything in the pantry area.
It's a well-stocked pantry, but it's mostly just foodstuffs. Nothing unique.
Can I get some cinnamon?
No.
Sure.
No, don't touch
No,
anything.
I don't want that.
Did you touch the food?
No, I don't want that.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Bring me the juice.
No, we're not touching anything.
All right,
What?
last thing, we
Go
should
to the
interrogate the kids, or we could call it now.
Yeah, I would say...
Kids.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go
All right,
back.
the kids and the retainers are waiting for you at the portico. They haven't moved an inch, and the
You
retainers...
also ask them how to get to the basement.
Okay.
Excuse me, children. We haven't
that?
seen any sign nor hair of anyone even here. Do you have helpers or servants even? Housemaids? Anyone?
Well, our parents usually take care of everything. We haven't had servants for some time. But they've been gone for a while too, so I suppose it's just us.
What do you mean by a while? A few hours? A few days?
Oh, it's been more than that.
Like months even?
Eh,
Years?
I couldn't. More than a year. Ever since... Well, we ran into some hard times, Papa said. Said the servants would have to leave for a little bit.
I see. Do you know if there's any way to get down into the basement?
Well, there's a stairwell.
Can I roll an insight check to see if these kids are telling the truth?
Okay.
Damn, you really just called a kid a lying fuck.
I know, wow.
I don't know.
Great
Where
job,
is-
Favorite.
Farron.
So much for that nice girl act.
I'm just suspicious.
The kids seem distraught.
Okay.
It does not immediately appear to you that they are lying, but it seems as though the information they're giving you, the read you get is that they're not really themselves very certain what's going on.
Okay. Okay.
And where is the staircase to the basement?
It's in the attic.
It's in the attic.
What?
Bloody attic.
Well, that seems
Excuse
rather
me?
unusual. But I guess that's the only lead we've got. I guess we've got to take it.
I'm gonna insight that.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Can I
you
also
calling the
insight?
kids a liar now?
I am now.
Thing we've seen, this is weird. Farron's a little suspicious. She just
Okay, I
wants
believe you.
Yeah, this
Also-
is weird. Who the fuck puts the basement staircase in the attic?
A
And also,
really dumb
look,
contractor.
I know these
What,
kids ain't cut up this damn feast that's
Yeah,
just
what-
warm.
What about the food? Where's all this food coming from? I asked the kids.
Well, Mama and Papa made it before they left. They said they'd be right back.
When did they
Quite a
leave?
lot of food for just 4 people.
They said
When-
that they were expecting guests.
I see.
Expecting yes. When did they leave?
She said over like a year ago.
I thought it was the
her
servant.
parents left like a couple hours ago.
Oh, okay.
It was It was only a few hours ago.
Well, we're gonna find your little brother, all right? We can take care of this.
Please keep him safe.
We'll do our best.
I think we
For
should
now.
go, I guess, look in the attic?
All right. So as you guys make your way to this spiral staircase, let's call it here for tonight.
All right.
Hooray!
Cool.
That was
Down.
a good one.
I would keep. I know it's crazy. I want to keep going, but I know it's
I know.
late.
This is so
I'm like,
spooky.
10
I
o'clock.
love it.
I do kind of want to keep going because it's so spooky, but we probably could.
We'll be too tired for work tomorrow.
I know.
Go screw work. Just say
Thank
fuck
you
you. I was
guys.
fighting a
I wish.
vampire.
Thank you
We
guys
have
for
to
bearing
look-
with me. It was pretty hard to find a stopping point here because every spot was like a milestone. So
You should change it to the celebration music, like we
Did
do at
we
the end of
level?
every session.
Did we level up?
no, not yet. I'm afraid. But you guys did fantastic. I have
So
to
we hit
tell
level
you.
5.
I had a lot of fun playing this character, and I know I'm gonna have a lot more fun playing this character.
I
I'm-
love
I-
Lucia. She's
I
If
really
we
like
stay
Lucia. I
alive!
think you're making a very compelling character that I'd like to see unravel very more.
Yeah.
Too
Let
bad
me.
I'm gonna die in this house.
Well, it's very possible. So don't tell.
It sucks because I love everyone's characters so far. Frankly, I think they're all.
I'm
really
adoring
Yeah.
Tavern.
Not to say,
Oh,
Raven is such a cutie. Oh my god, you did such a good job,
Here,
Mariah.
get the celebration music going.
I'm playing it.
You have to hit apply to board.
Derek's like,
play-
I'm the
play
only one
even
who can
Whoa,
hear the
level 7
celebration
already.
Turn this
What?
spooky shit off, damn it.
Yeah, play even
nothing's
creepier
happening.
music.
Give me a second, damn it.
Creepier
Level 7
music.
already?
He's
Wow.
new to this. He's new to this.
Celebration.
Tailspire.
I don't even see celebration.
It's a music track called Celebration. We play it at the end of every
There it is.
session.
There you go.
There you go.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
on.
Okay, so I just want to say every single one of you did a remarkable job. My God, I'm so impressed with each and every one of you. Good Lord. I'm not going to give out any more inspirations than I already have. Andy, I really love this character you're making. I'm very intrigued by him. I love the mystery. I love the ambiguity. I want to see more of that. Ash, this is our first time playing with you, and I can already tell we made the right call. Mariah Farron is probably my favorite character you've ever made so far, and she's had hard competition, so that's saying something. Zach, hilarious as always. Lobren is a riot and a much needed comedic relief in a
Foil.
really
Party foil.
in a really tense situation. If something happens,
His armor's
to him,
made of
it's-
foil.
It's all going to be doom and gloom. And
His
obviously,
armor spoil.
Winter, I don't need to say anything about you. We already know you're masterful in everything you do, and this character is no exception. Fantastic job.
Also, the art for everyone involved.
Yeah, literally,
God,
the entire weight of this of the entire campaign and every campaign prior on your shoulders. So fantastic job. Give it up to you.
Thanks.
That said, let's go player inspiration. Starting with Mira.
That's me. This is really hard because I also really like everybody's character. Everyone's doing an amazing job. I think I'm gonna give it to Lucia. Because I really like how, one, our characters bounce off each other really well, because we gotta put on this mission together, and they're just kind of lost and confused in this little place together. And I really like the investigative thinking that you've been doing, inside this house in particular, especially with the torch and with the cabinet and everything. It's
Oh
great.
god, I have a DM that does nothing but throw puzzles after puzzles after, so I'm kind of this is the ringer for me.
I love it, because I love puzzles.
I have a story to tell you because I found a secret door within 5 seconds of entering a room
Oh, hell yeah.
in my last campaign Tuesday.
That's incredible.
So I'm gonna give it to Lucia.
Okay, Lobren.
I think, like I said before, everyone did a fantastic job. And I'm not just saying that, I genuinely mean it. I think all these characters are really interesting, and there's a lot to explore here. But for session 1, from me, it's gonna be, I think, Phaeton. Mariah's gonna take it for me. I really like the character a lot. Very adorable character. I'm inclined to agree with Derek, even though it's only been one session. I do think I like this character more than the other ones you've made, just in terms of you feel I feel like there's a drive, direction, and comfort that you have with her already, and I look forward to seeing you flush that out more in the campaign sessions that lay ahead, presuming we'll survive this. So, yeah, that's my inspo.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, Lucia, your turn.
No, doesn't Farron go?
Yeah,
Oh,
Favorite's next.
what am I doing?
Oh.
Farron, go ahead.
This is
Damn,
hard.
like, we
No,
spent like
Farron,
the
you-
last 10
you
minutes
don't-
like commending her, and
Wait,
they're
I
like,
wanna
nah.
give
You don't get a vote. You don't get
inspiration.
a
I want to
vote.
give it to someone.
sorry, go ahead, Farron.
It's really hard because I really do like everyone, and I'm having a lot of fun so far interacting with everyone's characters. But I gotta give it to Lobrin just for cracking me the fuck up with his comic relief. It's been great, and also for rolling hot inside the mansion.
Yeah,
and,
my God.
and being able to like notice
high
like
roller.
the first details that something was potentially off, and for the wonderful, stylish, everyone's got in water deep bowl cut.
That was probably one of my favorite lines in the.
Oh, the noble! It's an array before the noble.
All right, now, Lucia, go ahead.
My vote's probably gonna go to Mira or Winnie because like where characters bounce off each other. I am loving the voice they're doing,
Oh, thank
and also
you.
Rangers are just like super underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I agree. They never get played enough.
They're so cool,
And Doomstalker, or
and also they
Doomstalkers.
appreciate my Freddy Fazbear jokes.
Pretty much.
Gloomstalkers are like my favorite amongst the Rangers too. So that you know,
Well, we'll
But
see
we're
if
not,
they
but
get
they're
there,
not a
but-
Gloomstalker yet.
well, you know,
Let's not get too ahead
Gloomstalker
of
to be.
ourselves here.
Andy gets to play Kingmaker here because I think everyone has a vote right now, right?
Yeah,
You're right, Ark. Go ahead.
Ooh, this is. Oh, I. Why did you give me this pressure? I
good.
give it to everybody. I vote everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, all get an inspiration.
No, vote it for
Yeah.
yourself. No, vote for yourself.
vote for
so
yourself.
we all get it.
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna play it like that, unfortunately.
Okay.
This is
Not
this
as
is a
forgiving as
this
I
is-
am.
well, the
this is a-
campaign isn't forgiving, so
I would say
This
that
is-
since I have it, give it to someone else because everyone is super deserving of it.
This is a tough decision because everyone has done amazingly, especially Farron. Love your character.
Thank
Zach, Lobrin, fantastic job. I feel like you're going to be entirely necessary to keep the party from collapsing due to the overwhelming feeling of dread that's going to come from this campaign. But ultimately, I am going to have to give it to Mira, mostly because of all of the art Winter did.
Yes,
Oh, thank you.
Which really
Yes,
set us up for this
amazing.
campaign.
that is a point I didn't mention, but a
Um,
very deserved one.
and so
Yeah.
it goes
Happy
to
to do
Mira. And
Yay,
well
thank
deserved
you.
it is. Well deserved it is. Although I would give each and every one of you were it up to me.
So do it.
It is up to you!
It is
It is
up
up
to
to
me.
you.
But I won't.
Do it, you
Because
coward!
this world is
Coward!
brutal.
Hey, remember when Winnie DM'd Decay Within the Ice, and after the first session, she gave us all inspo? You guys remember that?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Decay Within the Ice, as brutal as that is, it's T-ball. And right now you're playing with the New York Yankees. So get ready for
Call
that
Decay
shit.
Within the Ice brutal. Is it brutal?
No, it's T-ball versus professional
That last
baseball.
fight was kind of scary, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it
yeah.
was
awesome.
a little bit.
But at
I
no
thought-
point has anyone had to worry about their character. Well, I'm going to see to it that
Hey,
that changes.
technically,
Anyway.
no-
They're too good. We're too fucking good.
It's
Yeah,
not
y'all
up
should
to
do it
me,
for my
baby.
trip.
It's
So, in that case, let me post the community inspiration poll over up on Discord.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tag our Discord in the chat. It's still working, right?
It should
Sure
be, yeah,
is.
the link lasts
Yeah, it
for
is.
a while.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's-
Ash, didn't you
it's-
tell
You
me
can
that
make
they made
per-
it permanent?
Yeah, you can make it permanent. You just gotta tweak it a little.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
they used to like change it. I remember every time I would do it first, I would set it to permanent. It would expire after 7 days, but they made it like straight up permanent.
You
now.
do edit invite link, and you can make it expire never, and you can also give it a maximum number of uses.
Nice. Yeah, so definitely check out our Discord. There's the community poll, so everyone can vote on inspiration for your favorite character that week. And there's also artwork that's shared,
There we
chat conversations,
fuck outta here,
funny
Poketube.
memes. Yeah, Pokemon thing, accounting game that we always fuck up. So come
We
check it
always
out.
fuck
Come
up.
check it out.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We should send a raid to celebrate.
You're right. We should.
Oh, we should.
Oh yeah, wait, who are we rating?
Raid. Who can
Oh,
We
I
gotta
guess
see.
nobody, because the person
Hold
that
on.
was going to raid just went
Let's take
offline.
Let me see if there's
No.
anyone that I know that's streaming right now.
But how about, yeah, see if one person we can send this to.
spread the love?
Anyone streaming Pathfinder?
At the very least, I can give a shout out to the person I was going to raid.
Do it!
Yeah.
So the person I was going to raid, I will put their @ in the chat. It's Mr. Shikadance. They are a fabulous D&D creator over on Twitter and TikTok, and we follow each other. They're super nice, super chill. I love their content. I was going to send them a raid because they have been discussing D&D content over there, so I'm going to type it out.
Let's also, can we also give a shout out to Ash, who has their own Twitch channel?
Oh.
Yeah!
Yes,
should
let's
tag
do it.
that.
Good idea.
How do we tag that? So that's that person.
Slash. You can do slash shout out when you actually like ping their channel.
I should have done that. Okay, hold on.
You can't do it more than once. So after you do it to me, you gotta give like a cooldown.
Yeah.
So
We
you gotta
would
just
raid
link
you.
Chickadance as like a Twitch, and that'll.
Yeah, there we go. I'll just do that.
We would raid your channel, but you're with
But
us
you're
right
live with us right
Yeah,
now.
right now.
Another
What?
thing you can do for later
This is my life,
is you
baby.
can
No
like
one's gonna
put
touch
my
it.
@ in the title, and it'll show my name. Like that so you can like shout out another person later.
Oh shit, that's a great idea. I didn't know you could do that. I'm learning.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to sound like I was advertising.
Oh no, like I genuinely
That's
appreciate
why I
that, 'cause
brought
don't-
it up.
We don't know how this shit works. But thank you so much everyone for joining us this week. This was a great first session.
Mhm,
I cannot
very
wait
good.
to
This
review
was
Thursday.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for next Thursday, baby.
It'll be
Is
good.
it Thursday? No, we're not.
Oh. Alright guys. We'll
Thanks,
catch you
everyone.
guys later.
See
Bye-bye.
ya!
Catch everyone on Monday.
Bye!
Bye.